as soon as she can.
Cool.
So, rest. Welcome back once more to the lights of Lumen, session 13. Last session, we begin with the young Skrikel Skrik to his friends Grumman, or Detritus Jones to his friends, striking a deal with the gremlin that he's been keeping in a jar for multiple days in a jar. Soggy Bit, the Skrit, agreed to manage or help manage Skrik's new enterprise. There were conditions laid down, promises made, but all in all, it ended up with Skrik leaving the little gremlin in Skrik's room at the Salty Knockpoint Inn. Skrik then, as a man of business, descended the stairs, conducting interviews with prospective employees of the Detritus Jones Enterprise Incorporated. First meeting with an ambitious young human man called Evel, quickly realizing that this was a thief, a proud thief at that, and Skrik wasn't entirely against the idea, and so some interesting deals were made in terms of Evel working as an independent contractor almost for Skrik's new business. He then met with a sultry tiefling called Zaciria. An interesting one, a bit of an enigma, but seemingly capable, and so Skrik has had her take on the role of kind of an overseer of the others. The others including a huge surly gnoll called Silas, who seemed to enjoy chewing on flesh, and is now taking on the role of the muscle within the organization. And finally, a desperate catfolk called Kefri, who is a bit of a underling or job's worth for Skrik's new thing going on, having given Kefri a rather large, well, a large sum of money in the form of a silver-plated letter opener stolen from Borean Oakleaf. That's the one. Forswain Oakleaf. There we go. Get my names mixed up. He gave the crew basic instructions and left them at the warehouse to do what they do. The rest of the party, in the meantime, had gone to the Seawall Militia House looking for their previous contact, but couldn't find them, and instead were joined by Crest Captain Chauncey Marr, an instant favourite of the group, who took them over to the Gilded Isle, and specifically to the house of Charisse Cloudfeather, a famous bard known all across South Hespia, now essentially kind of retired and living the life of Riley on the Gilded Isle. The meeting was an interesting one, with Primrose living a dream, whilst Celia and Morrigan looked on a lot more suspicious, each of them catching little glimpses of another side to Charisse that left them distinctly uncomfortable. Along with some slips in her story, you all discussed afterwards how Charisse, there's something going on there, some kind of threat, something to do with the Lightbearer, something to do with Jagged Filtria, perhaps a curse, perhaps something else. But either way, worrying. And to remind you, you did agree to meet with Charisse the next morning to have a look at the ruins beneath the Dark Moon Woods. Primrose, because she dropped Cadsworth's name into the conversation, did want to try and check on him, but got much too freaked out by the looming feeling of being watched as she stood on the edge of the Dark Moon Woods and decided to err on the side of safety and head back to the inn, where she spoke to Patty and asked her to keep an eye out for Cadsworth. Party discussed all the different possibilities, some scary thoughts and ideas and some potential plans, all coming to a head with the meeting previously arranged with Kik Trin and a representative of Sartres Varlin at their Hardborn Home for Healthy Hooligans, their pet shop in the town, which turned out to be a trap. It was a trap. And Sartres Varlin, along with two enforcers, descended upon Detritus Jones, Skrik. But Celia had made the decision to stick by him, and so it was the two of them inside being ambushed. Celia quickly shouting out and drawing the attention of Primrose, Morrigan, and Gwilyn and Lorik Scalar, who were waiting outside. You fought well and covered for each other. taking out the enforcers and incapacitating Sartris Farlin. And so we now find ourselves in the immediate aftermath of this conflict. It is just past dusk. There is very little light outside in the sky, but still a little bit of that orangey glow of sunset. I would remind you that as I kind of amended what had happened, Kictrin had headed upstairs, so you still have Kictrin upstairs in this building. You currently have Sartris Valen unconscious on the ground in front of you. But this is where we find ourselves. What would each of you like to do?
Well,
Can get the manacles off that guy,
Absolutely, without issue, you take the pair of manacles.
and then we'll put him on this guy.
Very nice. The manacles click into place.
Did he have anything else interesting? This guy was Scrick was looking over him.
That guy has... Pretty sure I put it on his character sheet. Yes. He has a set of simple manacles, a signal whistle, a set of studded leather armor.
Wait.
No worries.
That's Lumen PCs. Squeak. So, average manacles or simple manacles?
Simple manacles, they're called. There are different levels of quality of manacles in Pathfinder that require different amounts to break out of. So, simple manacles, a signal whistle,
yeah.
a key ring with a number of keys upon it,
Oh, jeez.
a set of studded leather armor,
That's nearly got that.
and a nasty-looking club, a heavy
Great,
crossbow,
yeah.
and 20 crossbow bolts.
He won't take that.
Okay.
Scrick could just be like, should I go tell the Popo?
I think we need to deal with the one upstairs first, right?
Yeah, but she wasn't like involved.
Yeah, but we don't know how involved she is. She might call for backup for Sartris.
Oh, well, I'll go up there and see if I can do some business, keep her quiet.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe we should question him before we send him off to the Popo. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what we wanted him for, right? We wanted to.
Yeah.
We need to know what's down in the ruins. We need to know why he was down there. We need to know why he's with Filtria. We've got a lot of questions for him, so we need to secure this place. Let's lock everything down. Morrigan, can you secure the perimeter?
She would lock the doors. Hup, hup.
I feel like she could have Revner, like,
Yeah, prowling the
prowling,
outside.
yeah.
Maybe we should go in this room. A bit more.
Yeah, somewhere
Outdoors.
more private, maybe.
Go in there.
Yep.
Okay. In the room. And then questions. Why was he down there?
Need to
What's
why he was
Filtria
down there,
doing?
what Filtria was doing there, what's down there, what's going on with Charisse.
I don't know if we want to mention the vial, the blood vial now.
What's the harm in not? Is the
Yeah,
question.
I guess so. Yeah.
I think we
Yeah.
should just learn as much as we can from this fucker.
All those questions, Tom.
Okay, so you're waking him up?
Wait, the secure kick first. We need to
Okay.
like basically lock her down until we've got our answers.
So, Scrick, you headed upstairs first.
Yeah.
As you head upstairs, you realise that the top of the building is not as expansive as below. the staircase leads directly into a bedroom. It's not tiny, but you can see it's built for a small-sized humanoid. And in the bedroom, you can see sat, looking rather worried at a little desk tucked in the corner, the figure of Kik Trin. As your head emerges, he kind of stares at you intensely, and kind of waits for you to
You
make
know
the
anything
first
about
move.
any of this?
Yes, I'm glad to
You
see
ever
you're
gonna
okay.
insult us?
A representative would be here at their usual time.
Shit.
But
They
I
do
did not know they were going to.
sense motive.
Yeah. What is your perception modifier? please?
7.
You can see that she's not telling you the whole truth. She kind of bites her lip and rubs her hands together in her lap. She looks conflicted.
Well, I know you're not telling the truth, and we got your boss. He's locked up downstairs. The other two are dead. So, probably better be open with us. My friends aren't exactly civil.
Are they going to hurt me?
Mm, Depends, I
He's
think.
not my boss. I didn't know that you would be attacked. That is the truth. They turned up early. Play nice to act like nothing else was happening.
Interrogation.
that if-
I'll tell them to leave you alone. But, you know, we obviously don't want this getting back to anyone who thinks we just cold-blooded murdered these people,
Right.
which we technically did, but isn't
Eyes
as
go quite
survival.
wide. Okay. Whatever you say. Please just don't hurt me.
I'm not gonna hurt you. We just gotta worry about that rabbit. She's
Eyes
vicious.
stay wide.
Mm.
Just like, alright.
She may look
Yeah,
like
I'm
she
coming with you.
a certain taste for a certain kind of meat, if you know what I mean.
Primrose, you notice. Is below the surface that people don't like talking about. A tool that it's not as uncommon as you'd like it to be for people to have been kind of forced through starvation into acts of cannibalism at times. But people work very hard to have enough food to get by, yeah. Yeah. Is that you back, Natalie?
Maybe, but my internet's being really bad.
Shit.
So
I am
just
recording as well, so don't worry about that.
okay.
Right, so Kictrin has come back down with Scrick. He looks like she's doing as she's told. She kind of gasps as she sees Sartris manacled and bruised and bloody on the floor, but she doesn't say anything.
Your script would just be like, we're not going to kill him. Maybe. Depends how useful he is with information.
All right.
No, we're not going to kill him. Don't worry. Well, we might. I don't know.
No.
No, we won't. We won't.
You can see she looks she's got tears forming in the corners of her eyes. It's all quite a lot for her.
Yeah, don't worry. We're not going to kill you. He might be a bit more dangerous. I don't know. Don't know what Celia's going to do. He just looks at Celia.
We woken up.
Sorry, I mean, not Celia. That's not her name.
Celia's gonna
Nat-
wake him up.
Yeah, Natalie, just very quickly, you missed Scrick collecting Kictrin from upstairs. She seemed to start by lying, but Scrick kind of saw through that. And then she just started saying that they had come to the shop earlier and had this plan, but she didn't know they were going to attack you. She seems quite upset with all of it. But yeah, waking up, Sartris, you shake him awake. He stirs from his unconsciousness. His eyes take a moment to focus. He got a pretty good beating at your hands, but he comes to and looks up and kind of shakes the manacles. He's just like, oh, shit. What do you want?
Answers.
Quite.
I want some money as well.
All right, well, that's two different things. Answers is one thing. For answers, you'll need questions. Ask away.
What were you doing down the ruins of Filtria and Charisse?
His eyes narrow. You really have been asking around. I was meeting with some associates of mine.
Who?
You just said. Charisse. And, yeah, one of your Lumen light bearers.
Why?
We have a common interest.
What is that common interest?
His eyes kind of narrow, and you can see him kind of weighing things up in his head as he looks around.
I'm gonna smack him in the face with the butt of my sword.
Smack him. It's like, right. You wouldn't understand.
Try me. I'll smack him again.
Yeah, you smack him, and he spits blood and a tooth out onto the floor, and you hear Kictrin in the corner kind of whimper and flinch at the violence in front of her. I mean it. You wouldn't understand. There are things beyond your magics, as he kind of glares at Primrose, and your mundane powers. People like to play their games with money and might, as he glares up at you, Celia. But there's power that people are often too scared to reach for.
So it's power. That's what you both want. And what is this red liquid? What's that got to do with the power?
glares up at you again. But as you like half move towards him, he's like, all right. It's not complicated. There's red liquid all here. It's blood.
Crick's gonna get out a little bottle. He's like, I've got some black liquid if you don't want to tell us.
I'm talking to you, aren't I?
Yeah, but not very fast, and I'm not a very patient rat.
There's power in blood. I don't pretend to know the ins and outs of it. But if you have the blood of an animal or person, you can have power over them. I'd much rather be the one holding someone else's blood than someone having their blood held by another. You know?
Okay. Who are you getting this blood from? No. Not Cadsworth.
Who?
He's getting it from the animals, right?
Only animals, though?
Good question.
You've got it. You're not just a strong arm, as he kind of like lifts up his manacled hands to half rub his chin when you struck him, Celia. Yes, I would provide animals' blood. Different animals' blood has different, I don't know, special properties. I don't know how it works. I would provide it, and
Who
because
does?
I would... Charisse.
Okay. Do you know why Filtria was down there? Did she want this blood?
She came with blood. And with how delicate Charisse and her were being about it, my guess is it wasn't animal blood.
Do you think it was disguising his blood?
I don't know. Maybe.
Did
They
she?
spoke
That's
amongst
bad.
themselves. I don't know. I don't know. They spoke about things I didn't really understand. They were using the animal blood to...
Why in the ruins? Why is the ruins the place of this?
I thought it was just somewhere away from prying eyes. No one goes down there since they had the collapses before the excavations, but... They seemed interested in the ruins there. They spoke about it as if it was some kind of sacred place or a place of power.
Have you seen what this reveals in the ruins? And she holds out the green, was it a green gem or shard of glass or something?
Shard of green glass, yeah. Kind of peers at it, leans towards you, this one eye very swollen. Yeah, there's shards of it down there. Not many. Seems to some of it is attached to the stone. I haven't seen it do anything, or I don't know.
Hmm.
Can I sense motive from this entire conversation?
Yeah, for sure. Perception.
+7, I believe. Let me double check for you. Yeah, it is +7.
Plus it's evil. It's being slow to roll. Rolling the dice. If it takes much longer, I'm just going to roll the d20 in front of me. Oh, I'm doing it. You get the sense... Oh, no, it just came through. Okay. You get the sense, Celia, that he's difficult to read. Yeah. He's got a pretty good poker face. His whole, like, image is this very uninteresting business person, and he's talking quite sensibly and clearly, but whether that's a front or whether he's just sick of it, or you're not sure.
I think we've got everything we need to know, right? Charisse is at the heart of it. We know that Filtry is working with Charisse now.
Just trying to think. If I can think of any more questions. So I assume they kill the animals down there, or like hunt them or whatever, and then just drain the blood and bring it down there.
You want to ask him about it?
Yeah.
The animals we didn't tend to kill. You don't take all their blood, you take it in bits over time. We'd often keep them here, keep them elsewhere. They gave me if you reach into, as he kind of like looks to his side, and you can see he's got like a bag like slung along the lower part of his back.
Mm.
There's a piece of kit that they gave me. It's not nice to look at.
Mm.
It's like imagine like a syringe, but much bigger.
What are you getting out of this deal? Just money?
Money, power, not being one of her victims.
Are there any more victims you know about that could be wandering around Sea Spray?
Yeah. One of them
No.
actually has you see him start choking visibly in front of you as the veins across his neck and arms start to bulge.
Mm.
He leans forward and starts like moving across the ground, jerking his movements, choking as he does so.
Celia kind of steps back, kind of startled.
He continues to choke, and you can see where the veins are bulging. You start to see blood welling up through the skin itself.
What the fuck's happening?
Grick's gonna try and medicine to work out what's going on.
Yeah, you can roll medicine. As your eyes dart around, taking a look. That's a nice roll. It isn't like something you've seen before. It doesn't look like a natural illness. He's not having an allergic reaction or anxiety attack or anything like that. As you watch, his blood is literally pulling itself out of his veins, through his skin, out of his body.
Oh God, there's something magical going on!
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know what to do.
He's choking on the floor. You hear him kind of trying to form words as he's choking.
I'm gonna grab my cold iron dagger and just like, I don't know, like hold, like touch it to his body with the blood. I don't know, I'm thinking something to do with demons.
Yeah, you do so, and
yeah.
there's no effect. The blood
Right.
continues to well out. His whole clothing is now soaked with blood, and you see his skin is going deathly pale and white as his blood is leaving his body.
Great, Tom's doing fucking bloodless again.
I think this is
Uh,
maybe this is
Given
linked to the
the
blood, and someone's got his blood.
try and heal him with a good berry.
Yeah, you kind of quick like triaging moment. You take the good berry and you crush it in your hand and like put it across his tongue as his mouth is open. He's like choking, and you can see some of the magic taking hold. And there's like a brief moment where he has this tiny gap of relief, and he like grabs your collar, Primrose, and like pulls himself close next to your head, and you just hear him croak out the word Aberris before he collapses to the ground next to you, his eyes dead. The world, blood fully soaked through his clothes.
I tried. What happened?
Oh my god.
That's fine. That's fine.
Looks like some sort of magic connected to the whoever's being controlled. So maybe he was being controlled as well.
Yeah, the blood must have. Maybe they have his blood. Maybe if they have your blood, they have power over you.
Maybe that's why they were trying to mana from us. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But if they had his blood, then maybe they've got other people's blood as well.
Probably.
Script could look at Quick Train and be like,
They got your blood.
She is shuddering and looking wide-eyed at Sartris on the floor. She's like, how would I know? I don't think so. Oh, Mother above.
See, we're the good guys. We're trying to work this out.
Scrick, if they. What you said about. Amarea. The Sky Singer.
Yeah, then we better get a new goddamn Sky Singer, right?
Would Filtria betray us like that?
Don't know anything about the woman. Possibly, who knows?
If she's collecting blood, then that can't be for a good reason, I guess. She took her own blood. Or someone's blood.
Don't know.
And Maria's blood. Could have been anyone's blood.
You see Morrigan, who had her head bowed, seemingly in like a concentration, suddenly look up and just say, Revna sees people coming here, guards.
Yeah.
We need to get out. We need to go.
I'll stay here with Quick Train. We can explain this little thing.
Primrose will grab the needle thing he spoke about. Quickly.
Yeah, you take it out and it is a horrible looking instrument. It doesn't just look like a medical syringe looks functional, purely functional, clean. This looks ornate, like it's made for a ritual purpose. There are these sharp looking lines of metal that spiral up the side of it. It looks like it doesn't just drain blood, it's also meant to inflict pain as it does so.
We need to all get out of here. Let's just get out the back door. This is not. We can't be involved with this now. We need to be quick. We need to get to Charisse. We need to get to the ruins and stop whatever she's doing down there. Stop her taking. If she's got blood vials of people down there, then we can destroy it. We can stop. There might be answers about what Filtria was doing down there more. If she's got this Amarea's blood, then we can do something.
But if we go now, it's quite late.
Let's just get out of here for now. We need to get back to the pub.
Yeah.
You hear a heavy knock on the door.
Right, move. Come on, out the back door.
Seawall, open up.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and move out the back door, grabbing Gwilyn's hand, like directing Lorik.
Yep.
I mean, this woman is just gonna tell that we were here anyway. I'm sure. But
what are you doing with her? Or are you leaving her there?
Script's gonna be like,
You come with us, we're staying here.
I'll come with you. Please keep
Yeah,
me
that's
safe.
what I thought. Sweet, let's go.
escape.
Okay, you
would
scamper out the
Script
back.
have time to get the manacles off this guy?
So, yeah, he's right there. On his body as you quickly palm him down, there is another set of manacles. There's a coin purse. There's another key ring, some daggers, studded leather armor, and a coin not in the coin purse that seems to be made of a deep red metal. A scarlet-coloured coin or a crimson-coloured coin.
Well, he's taking it anyway.
Where was the
Okay.
knock coming from, Tom? From
The
this
front door.
Is that this one up here somewhere?
The front door is down here, if you can see my ping.
Oh,
Far
okay.
bottom right.
Is there a door out this way? I can't remember from last time if we went.
Yep, there's one at the back.
Okay, let's go out that way, and on the way, should we fucking smash this axe beak out so to cause some havoc?
Yeah.
No.
sure.
No, yes, no. What do you think?
Because
I think we should.
they've got sword wounds. The axe beak isn't going to do that.
The more just might slow him down, was my thinking.
I guess it depends on how observant these guards are.
Which they haven't proved to be so far. Yeah, fuck it. Let's break it out and run for it.
Okay. As you run past, you slash down with your sword, easily breaking the simple bonds that keep the cage closed. As you all scurry out the back, with Morrigan having taken up the role of the watcher and Revner outside, you are all able to make your way out the back of the shop. As you see and hear as you're leaving the sound of a door breaking down at the front. But you are able to get away.
How much money was in the coin purse?
As you're running along,
Yeah,
you
he would
open
be.
up the coin purse, Scrick, and you see 5 silver pieces, 14 gold pieces, and 2 platinum pieces.
I'll keep hold of this for now.
As you go scurrying away, what is your destination?
Let's get back to the crusty...
Krusty Krab?
Krusty Krab, yeah. Can't fucking remember the name of it.
The Salty Knucklebone.
Salty Knuckle. It's because Kieran had a fucking place called the Krusty Shacklebone or something like that.
Yeah, the tenement.
So good. Yeah, you head back to the Salty Knucklebone, and all your adrenaline and everything is suddenly in sort of juxtaposition to the sound of a joyous evening at the Salty Knucklebone Inn.
Yeah.
As you see the welcome faces of Pudley and other regulars there drinking up and calling out of Knucklebone as people try their hand at the popular game. What do you do?
Yeah.
We need to... In my opinion, okay, I'm just going to speak like, out of character here.
Of course, yeah.
I think we should heal up and we should go... And how is people's spell slots looking for spell characters?
I've got no
I don't have any.
first slots left. And I've only got Protector Tree, and that's it. And I've only got 1 good berry.
That's not good.
Morrigan has, on her new character sheet that I just made, 2 spells left. 1 use of Ill Omen, which is a debuff, and then another debuff, which I massively underestimated before, but is actually pretty good, called Lose the Path, which is about slowing people down that are trying to get to you.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've only got 1 Protector Tree and cantrips, which they're okay. And I suppose I could get my good berry back, but 2 maximum.
I think we're on a massive, like, if we want any chance of, like, rescuing Cadsworth, if we want any chance of dealing with this before they have a chance to come for us, I think we've got 2 options. I think we go for now, because if we stay, I think they're going to send people for us. If they send people
It's
for
not
us...
in this busy inn though, because if we're in a busy inn, are they gonna come for us? If we all stay in the same like room.
We don't 100% know they don't have access to our blood. I don't know.
Are we breaching?
Maybe.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Greg
But
doesn't
the only thing
particularly want to
is-
go tonight.
No,
say
the
that.
only thing is, if we go tonight, then we've got less spell slots. So I got less healing.
I'm just saying. Right, I
and
think...
also, the forest is being watched already anyway.
To quickly recap for Anya, people woke up Sartris Valin, and through questioning of him and kind of interrogating him, found out that he is in league with Charisse, the Owlin bard that you felt so threatened by or weirded out by before when you met at her house.
Yes, but she was bad.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like there was stuff going on, and he has revealed that he is working with her to gain power over people through possession of their blood and some strange magic, though he didn't seem to know much about the magic at all. He seemed to say that Charisse did. some kind of magic to do with blood that can give you power over them. And
Bloodbending.
as he was about to reveal some more information, his own blood seemed to be pulled out of his veins through his skin, and he was killed.
What the?
Yeah, and as the guard turned up, the party made the call to, yeah, to escape.
There.
Speaking of what the guy said, he also said Abyss. Does anyone know who that is or what that is?
I think it's a person. I think it's one of the people, the victim.
Scrick knows who Aberys is.
Who's
Scrick
Aberys?
met with him that day, or the day before.
Oh, the town councillor.
He's the steward.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck, he's under their
okay.
control then. Not by. If he knows
Yeah.
about that, he's potentially under their control because
100%. Yeah. Yep.
which means
The only,
wait, the town council means the police is under their control as well, right?
The steward. So,
Yeah.
He's in charge
Mhm.
of sea spray when the Baroness is away. But
but
she's
she's
back.
here.
that's something. If we go tonight, I think we'll be at a disadvantage with the.
Why
spells.
don't we just go to Sharice's house?
We could go there to try maybe find out more information, but when I went to the forest a bit earlier to find Cadsworth, I feel like maybe she
If
might have been there.
if Aberys is under the thumb of Charisse because they have his blood, maybe, then we should go on the offensive, I think.
I feel like going to the house is more offensive because if she's there, we can get her, and if she's not, we can investigate her house.
But the town guard may be under his command still. And if they're after us, we need a place to lay low anyway, which maybe the ruins is the best place to go in that case. They got there awful quick. Why were they coming there? It's not like there was a huge amount of noise.
You do remember shouting, Celia, at the start because you wanted Morrigan and everyone to come in.
True. But that was still quick though, right? Like, that's fast.
Fairly fast, yeah.
Dunno, maybe I'm reading too much into it.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, either way, the police are going to be after some people, and then
Well,
I don't know. I feel like the police are probably looking for people anyway, so that puts one problem on our back. Then Sharice's lot is going to be having eyes on us after they know that Sartris. They must know that Sartris got captured to some degree. Otherwise, why would he have randomly died? They must have
Who
eyes.
He probably had a curse on him that he wasn't allowed to say the name of anyone who's possessed.
True.
At least that's how I read it.
Maybe, yeah, that's a good point. My gut's saying go on the offensive, but it's
It
risky.
is. I don't know if it is the offensive, because if she's already there and then we just turn up to the ruins like Harley Hall, it's the same scenario as if we turn up in the morning.
But the other option is we wait in the morning, but we risk people coming for us throughout the night, or dealing with more reinforcements in the morning is the problem. She may be unprepared for how quick we've acted, and from that point, there may be less people there for us to deal with. Instead, if we were to go tomorrow, then we risk people coming after us, we risk the police finding us, we risk them having time to gather reinforcements,
Maybe.
which might make it a lot harder fight in the long run, or more difficult for us in the long run.
The lady in charge is already here anyway, then wouldn't she have ultimate control over that regardless? So Charisse can go up
But
to
she
her
only got back.
minion and be like, hey, go rest these people. But then he's like, oh, I can't because bloody blast it.
Maybe.
Baroness Saltina Ma.
But depend. She only got back today, right?
She did.
Yeah.
She might
Could I
not.
have someone roll any dice for me, please?
10.
Thank you. Cool.
I think either way, we're gonna be ambushed, and I think if she's been preparing all day anyway, like, and she will know by now already that Sartreus has failed, so it doesn't matter really.
Well,
And does she
I,
have more minions? Like,
I've given my opinion. I'm not overthinking it. That's my opinion. We vote. The more you overthink these things, the more we just don't make decisions, and then Tom keeps rolling dice, and the stuff keeps happening while we're talking. So my vote is to go now. Kieran, what's your vote?
Stay the night.
Stay the night. Hannah, what's your vote?
God,
No, you
you
just
make good point, but also I don't think it will make a huge difference. I think
Just-
we go in fully fresh with spell slots and all sorts.
okay. Anya, what's your thing?
Don't know.
You have to pick. You can't say don't know. We either
Uh,
go now or go tomorrow.
Go tomorrow.
Okay, we're going tomorrow then. That's what we're doing.
But you're right though. We should take precautions for the night as well.
Yeah, 100%. So we should find the most secure place we can. We should make Patty. We should make anyone we trust here. So maybe Scrick, because Scrick's in with Patty. Maybe make her aware that some bad people might be after us, and if you got anywhere secure we can hide. Maybe she's got a cellar.
Yeah, Scrick could go to Patty. Be like,
You got any rooms that are like, hard to get into?
Yeah, mine.
Yeah, see, the guard's gonna come after us, and we need somewhere to hide.
Okay. Cost you extra.
Yes, fine.
How many of you?
There's 4 of us.
Well, 5 plus Gwillem, 6 plus what's his face?
Lorik.
Lorik. Oh, I want Lorik with us 100% right now. Like,
And what are you doing with Kicktrin?
and kicked her in a 7.
It's currently shaking in her stool in the inn.
Scrick's just going to be like,
Now, before you name price, you've been good to us, so
and he pulls out 1 platinum piece, and he's like,
you be good with that.
Yeah, we're solid. As she like pulls the front of her shirt and puts the platinum piece inside. Yeah, we have a secure section of the storehouse in the cellar. It won't be
Nice.
comfy, but it'll be big enough for all of you.
If anyone comes for us, don't get in the way, don't get yourself hurt. Just, we didn't do anything bad. Just,
Hey,
local
Platinum.
politics.
as far as I'm concerned, you're a talking platinum piece right now.
Yeah,
You want to go down there now, and I'll have some food and blankets brought down.
Yeah, send Pudley down.
All right,
On
done.
the way down, Primrose will ask if she's seen Cadswell.
Yeah, I have actually. He seemed a bit odd.
Oh,
Kind of out of
fuck.
it.
Fuck, they fucking stolen his blood.
Oh no. Do
But
you
I
know
told
where
him
he
you
went?
were looking for him. Sorry?
Where he went?
Not long after you left, kind of with the dinner rush. He came by. I was getting ready to get the broom and beat him away from the booze again, but he didn't go for it. He just kind of appeared.
Yeah, he's fucked. He's fucked.
Come running back. Thank you, babe. To go tell my friends. Yeah, just gonna go tell everyone that Cadsworth is fucked. But also that he was here.
All
Did
right.
she say where he went? Which direction?
She said he wandered off back towards the woods.
Right. We
Woods,
have to fucking fight Cadsworth, zombie.
Yeah, Cadsworth zombie.
Good job, Primrose.
Oh no, I'm really worried about him now.
Seemed fine. But yeah,
Right, let's
you
hit.
gathered downstairs then.
Yeah,
Pudley brings you food and blankets and a knucklebone set.
Can we
for
heal
entertainment.
people? Can we get people doing the treat wounds?
Yeah, we
Yeah. Do as you please. Yep.
I want to do exploration activities to, I guess, what ones are to listen out for shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Keep that in mind.
Damn.
That was almost the net 20.
Scout, I guess, would be what I would be, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Got a 2.
Is it
worth
treat wounds that I do on myself?
Is it worth hero pointing that, Hannah?
Yeah, everyone has
No,
one hero
probably not,
point.
'cause I can just give you a good berry and get it back.
Okay.
You have multiple hours into the evening, so I would say roll like 3.
Oh, actually,
Checks.
Tom, can I do repair on my shield?
Yep, that's a good idea. That's a crafting check.
Do I get any kind
Again.
of bonus to that? Because I've got specialty crafting. Your training focused on crafting on one particular kind of item. Select the specialties. You get +1 circumstance bonus to crafting checks to craft items of that type.
Yeah, if your specialty is like shields
It's-
and swords.
I think it was just blacksmithing, so durable
Oh yeah,
metal goods.
that's fine then. Yep, +1.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, if everyone wants to, if you want to do it on your tokens, feel free to drag your tokens out. Or if you just want to do it on your sheets, you can. But let each other know where the healing's going if you're healing each other.
Is it just medicine checks?
Yeah. Primrose does nature because she has the feat, which Morrigan can do as well.
14, Tom. I don't know if that's enough.
Is that with the +1?
Yeah.
Yeah, not quite.
I'll-
But you've got multiple checks you can make.
Okay, I'll do another one then.
Just the
What
same
can I
rules,
do,
think.
sorry, Tom?
Oh,
You can
18.
do medicine checks to heal people.
18 on that one, Tom.
18's definitely enough. Yep.
How much does
And
that?
it's a fixed amount. God, I've already forgotten from doing it before. It's
Oh,
not
good.
bad. Repair. That would be a normal success, so it's 5 HP, +5 per proficiency rank. So you're trained in crafting, right?
Yes.
So you have 10 HP restored to it, which is probably already enough.
15 out of 20. Might as well try one more.
Yep, feel free.
23.
Yep, all good. Max HP. Shield's
Cool.
fully restored.
18 for treat wounds is 1d8, right? Or 2?
2d8.
So whoever wants my good berry and 11 HP, take it.
I'll take 11 because that puts me up to max. Then I don't need the good berry.
Well, if anyone
Crick's
needs
already
good
at
berry.
full health.
think
He
more-
did his own treat wounds.
I think Morrigan was pretty bad. From what I
She
remember.
was, but Morrigan just rolled a successful medicine check as well. So roll the 2d8, Anya.
She might be able to use the good berry as well, maybe. Yeah, especially
Oh!
with that. Jesus.
So that plus the good berry is 8. I believe you're on 6, so you're up to 14 now.
Just
14 out of
unmuting myself
20.
to say, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, totally understandable.
And
Also,
another
my
good
character
berry.
sheet looks completely different. What's happening?
Yeah, I hope it's okay. So I made you a clearer character sheet for you to
The
use.
Dummy's Guide to Pathfinder.
So I've put your skills are all listed together up at the top.
Thank you.
And I've put main things that you can do, as like actions and clear stuff that you can click on and so on. So it does reactions and then got battle medicine, administer a potion, commanding Revner. I kind of reviewed it, Anya Bobanya, and I actually don't think. I think with the sheet like this now and it just being a bit clearer, I don't think we need to change class or anything.
Okay.
with Revna having 5, which is crazy to me, when you're a witch. So familiars usually have 2 familiar / master abilities. Witches get +1 to that automatically, and then you took enhanced familiar as your level 2 feat. You have 5 abilities for Revna, so I updated them on Revna's sheet, and I've chosen them for now, again, just for simplicity's sake, but if you want to change them at any point, please let me know. So at the moment, Revna has scent, so can smell scents and such. Has fast movement, so he has 40 feet of movement instead of the normal 25 that familiars have. Has the tattoo one, which I figured you'd want to keep, transforming into the tattoo. And then, so essentially those are all kind of set for Revna in a way. As long as you want him to be a wolf, he needs the fast movement, he needs the scent to be a wolf. So the 2 I chose for Revna, at the moment, one's called Threat Display, which I think is really cool. Basically, if Revna's nearby, when you try and demoralize someone, like intimidating them, it's kind of like intimidating glare. You don't have -4 to your check for them not understanding your language, because basically Revna's like growling and his hackles are up and such at the same time. So you can intimidate things more effectively that wouldn't usually be able to understand you. So people who don't have your language, animals, so on. And then I took Restorative Familiar, which is if Revna's in your space on your turn, which can just be you walking to his space, he can use 2 actions, which you need to use an action to give him that ability, but he will give you HP. You can do it once per day. Restore a number of hit points equal to 1d8 times, it's like the number of d8s is half your level, but it's a minimum of 1d8 anyway, so yeah.
Cool.
So you get 1d8 HP back, kind of like a free healing potion every day.
Thank you very much.
I've got
Revna.
the same one. Super useful.
Yeah. So yeah. But there are lots of other ones, and they're all really cool. So if you ever feel like it's not like Threat Display isn't that useful or whatever, just let me know and we can look at some different ones.
Muchas gracias.
And the only other thing I wanted to say is I didn't give Revna lifelink. I considered it. I know, Hannah, you thought it was a really good idea. The reason I haven't given you lifelink, which is essentially a way for you to stop someone like knocking out Revna, using your reaction. 2 reasons. One is you actually have 2 really good abilities to protect Revna. You have the Phase Familiar reaction, which gives Revna resistance 5 to all damage, so you take 5 points off of whatever damage is coming in. As a focus spell. And you also have, on your turn, you can use an ability called Protect Companion, which is basically like the shield cantrip, but for your minion. So for your familiar, so for Revna. So you give Revna +1 to that, his AC, and it gives you another different reaction you can use where you can reduce the damage he takes from an attack by 10, but you lose 5 hit points. So it's functionally better, I think, until higher levels than lifelink anyway. And also the other thing is, whereas poor Dandy takes a week to come back, witches get their familiars back every morning if your familiar dies.
Woohoo!
So
Well
even if through all the good reactions and stuff, Revna ends up being destroyed, Revna will just come back the next morning anyway. So that's why I didn't go for it. But yeah, hope that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions about the character sheet. I've updated Revna's character sheet as well, and I have the only thing I've done which isn't rules like normal rules for Revna. Well, apart from letting him be a full-size wolf, is I've given him an attack, so he can attack because I think it's cool, and it's not crazy powerful. He has a Jaws attack. That's on his character sheet. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. If it ends up fucking with balance too much, I might change it. But at the moment, that's what I'm going with. But yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, my love. So yeah, I think Morrigan, if you want to do more medicine checks, you can. Because like I said, you've kind of got like 3 hours in this evening, so you could do 2 more medicine checks if you wanted to try and heal yourself up to full.
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well.
What, do we heal overnight anyway?
Not in the like you do in D&D. You do a bit. So with a night's rest, I believe it's your Constitution and plus your level you get back in HP.
Not
Yeah.
much,
okay.
really.
So for you, that would be 3. So you'd go back to 17 in the morning. So, but you've got like some hours now, so you might as well try and. Yeah, there you go. So roll 2d8. Don't roll 2 1s.
2 1s, 2 1s, 2 1s.
Yeah.
There you go. So you're back to everyone's back to full now. Very nice.
Maybe for the next day, Morrigan could do a fate thingy as well.
Yeah.
Because I always forget about
Yeah.
that she even has that.
If we're passing to the night and the next morning, that's absolutely fine. There is one thing that happens. You can still hear the sound of the pub going on above you from your kind of slightly crammed position in the cellar in this back room. But you hear at one point the merriment stops and a commanding voice, muffled to you guys. You can't quite make out what they're saying, but you hear a powerful, sounds maybe feminine voice, like calling out and demanding something above. And you hear recognizably Patty responding. This goes back and forth for a few minutes. You hear the figure and what sounds like multiple other figures, perhaps wearing armor. You hear the kind of clank of weapons and armor above, move about the main floor of the inn. But after about 5-6 minutes, they seem to go. And the noise of the pub above starts to pick back up. Yeah. Is there anything else anyone would want to do before the next morning?
Grit could be talking about business.
Mm-hmm.
What time are you planning on going in the morning?
I would say go ASAP.
I need to do my business.
We got more important business.
It might be more important to you, but this is my new life.
Yeah,
As long as you promise we'll be back by midday.
we will try.
No, you gotta promise.
I promise.
Alright then.
And then you see Scrit get out a little bit.
If you don't, then you owe me a gold piece, how about that?
Primrose will
How about
try.
that?
Yes, fine.
Does Celia go with the bet?
Yes, fine.
Yeah, perfect. Gotta keep on top of my expenses.
Sorry,
Actually, no, this is-
Primrose.
No, that's alright. This is a crown praise, so probably won't do it.
Yeah, the only other thing is Celia in the evening. He's not rude about it, but Lorik is just like, so you gave me a fair bit of cash, but didn't really know that killing people, and I'm not squeamish, but what's the plan going forward?
Well, we're gonna go down to the ruins and we're gonna deal with whatever's going on down there. You wimping out?
No, not wimping out.
Good, because you did well back there.
Yeah.
It'd be safer for her to stay here and guard her in the cellar.
No. No.
So you take them into the big danger place then.
No.
That's
I
what it
don't-
is, that's where we're going.
I don't know. Frick, detritus, whatever your bloody name is. I don't know. I just want us all to stick together, okay?
Alright. Jeez.
I would
Yeah,
feel safer in a larger group as well.
Yeah, Gwilyn, she'd say, I feel better sticking with you guys, please.
We're not going to leave you. Don't worry.
Not on purpose.
We're not going to leave you.
All right.
If it's not clear, by the way, that I'm not annoyed as of Natalie, but Celia is very
Yeah.
stressed.
It's wonderful, RP. Please take a hero point.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you find yourself crammed in the space. Still got Kicktrin with you as well.
This Scrick still got the goblin thing. goblinoid thing. Great. That's great.
What goblinoid thing?
Oh, the
Oh,
gremlin.
no, it's upstairs in his room.
Yeah.
He didn't go check on it.
Okay.
I'm sure it will be
He
fine.
He would bring up, I found this on the deck on a guy who exploded, and show him the red coin. Does it feel magical at all?
The coin itself doesn't feel necessarily magical. Morrigan does have the detect magic cantrip if she wishes to use it.
Yeah, sure.
So you focus your magic, Morrigan. It's a moment, Revner as well, and you quickly ascertain that the coin is not magical. It is mundane, but it is strange. It's larger than normal currency. I don't know how to describe it. Kind of. It's a
A
good
medallion.
comparison. Yes, closer to a medallion. Thank you, Hannah. Yeah. It's let me just make sure I've got this right. Yeah, on one side, it has. Sorry, just paused because there's a dickhead outside the window driving a very loud car. On one side, it has a very simple symbol, a drop, like a teardrop, and with the red color of the coin, it definitely evokes the idea of blood. But on the other side, it has a symbol. Are any of you trained in religion?
Yes.
Don't think so.
Then Scrick, you would recognize. Just gonna check for Morrigan as well. Religion.
I miss playing
Yes.
Sin.
Yeah.
I was going to say 5, so I think so.
I think you are. Yeah. So Morrigan and you, Scrick, you recognize the symbol that's on the other side. The simple blood drop is a symbol you could find anywhere, but the other side is immediately recognizable, and it sends a bit of a shiver down your spine. In Hespia, you have the Transcended Mortals, Serian Shorestrike being the most famous and most broadly worshipped, but there are others, many that have connections to particular aspects of life. You've got Kale, the Evermind, the kind of patron of Kale's. God, it's the second word. Haven, Kale's Haven, a big settlement in South Hespia. But amongst the Transcended Mortals, not all of them are good. Some of them are more neutral, and others are just evil. One of the evil Transcended Mortals goes by the name of Sulon Sek, or the Grinning Vein. And on the opposite side of this coin, you see one of his recognizable symbols, which is a thin vein opened in the middle as if a mouth opened up and fangs inside. He is known for his connection to blood, blood magic. It's not often expressed that way. It's often more about like deals made in blood. He's connected to money, coin. Often, if people are worshipping him, it's for ambition, a lust for power, money.
So basically, what this guy represents is all the stuff that we've seen. Why this is probably happening.
It all very much makes sense as you see this symbol on the coin. Yeah.
So would it make sense to expect maybe there's something down there linked to this guy?
Potentially.
Yeah, he'd mentioned that at least.
Some religious blood magic. I don't know if Primrose would know much about that blood magic, but she's going to get out the syringy thing, the ornate syringy thing. Does
Yeah.
that have any magical properties?
It does not have any magical properties, but it does look ornate and ritualistic. And like towards the top of it, where the like kind of plunger handle is that you'd have to push in to then pull out, you see again this symbol of the open vein with fangs within.
Okay. Yeah. creepy blood man.
So, the night passes. Some deeper in slumber, others less restful. Kind of take turns on watch as well to keep an eye out. Nothing disturbs you through the night, and in the morning, the welcome smell of a freshly cooked breakfast wafts down to you as you see the cheery form of Pudley Fishburne carrying like 5 different trays carefully across his arms and chest. Brings you down breakfast to eat.
Do we know? I can't remember where she said she was gonna meet us. Charisse.
At the... No, I think it was at her house.
At her
No!
house.
She was meeting you here, I think.
Oh, okay. That's what I was worried about.
Yeah. And yes, with it being a fresh day, couple of things. Number one, in his little pot, the fresh form of Dandy shakes himself awake, and in fact, Primrose, you would wake up with the feeling, the itchy feeling of something gently patting your cheek, and you would see Dandy fully formed and happy and ready again.
No, yeah.
And as you wake up, he just like hugs your face. There's leaves filtering around your face.
He gives him a hug back. Danny, you're finally back. I missed you. I'm so sorry you got to wake up to this sort of crowded area, but it's all good.
Yeah, he shakes his little tail leaves. Seems very happy to see you again.
Do you want to take your place on my head? She lifts him.
Swiftly climbs up, and he knits himself into his little hat-like form. And if you want to roll for his ability, feel free.
Yes.
And Morrigan, if you want to try and read the weave of fate, you can try and use your glimpses of fate. Remember, you choose a number of d6. If you get any doubles, you don't get any extra hero points.
I'm gonna go with 3.
3? The odds are in your
D6,
favour that you get them. Yep. Nicely done. 3 extra hero points to distribute as you like amongst the group.
Woo!
Who would you like to give your hero points to?
Oh, do I have to do it now? I'll give 1 to each of the people.
Cool.
Thank you.
That's nice.
You're welcome.
Okay. Love to.
Excellent. So your day begins. What's the plan?
Yes. What
It's
is
the 10th of
plan?
Oldsin. 7 days since you set out from Lumen Village.
Yeah, I think we should just move to the ruins as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we could just be ambushed though. Should we try and go maybe around a different way? Or does it not really matter?
I think we should try and be as stealthy as we can.
Yeah.
Because the guards are clearly looking for us, so if we can avoid that, then we definitely should.
Yep. Go around the sneaky way.
Yeah.
Crick would want to say to Pudley before they go.
Yeah.
He'd be like,
We're just going to the ruins so we don't come back with dead. But if can you deliver a message if I give you some money?
Well, you already gave Patty loads of money. Haven't seen her smiling like that in a long time. What's the message?
Yeah. Well,
he'd explain where the warehouse is.
Mm-hmm.
it's like don't go in, just outside. Try and get someone's attention.
Right.
And say they said detritus Jones sent you.
Right.
And just say I won't be there until later on. So just get on with the business.
And
Alright.
Scrick could be like,
Get by, see something nice.
and he'd give him a silver piece.
Oh, thanks very much. I'll go and maybe buy myself a nice, fresh cut of salt trout.
Yeah, just don't go in the warehouse. I gave some pretty explicit orders, and I wouldn't want you to get mixed up.
Aye, aye. I know when to leave things well alone. Patty's going to want to see you all before you leave.
All right.
All right,
Thanks,
I'll be off
fellas.
then.
Don't take
Yeah.
too long.
He heads off. Yeah, so kind of as you're getting ready to go, Patty comes down and she kind of addresses you, Scrix. You handed over the platinum piece. She says, just to be clear, your money's still good, and you seem like good people, but don't know what happened yesterday, but one of the crest captains was in here asking for anybody that knew anything, as she looks at Kicktrin, about some killings that happened at
Oh
the
yeah,
Hardborn home.
we got attacked. We had to put them down.
She kind of nods slowly. It can be a rough town sometimes.
Yeah, one of the guys hit. He like the blood exploded out of him, and we didn't even touch him. It was really weird.
I see.
Just don't don't get
thi-
mixed up.
Yeah, I think it's best if I don't know anymore. But two other things. One, half of that platinum piece is going towards replenishing my personal bookshelf, as my books were found munched on by a gremlin.
Oh yeah, I accidentally let him out. I thought he was gonna be good, but he wasn't.
You released a gremlin in my inn.
Well, he's my friend. He
Ga-
said
sh-
he would. He said he'd be good, but he wasn't good. So
She holds her hands up. You gave me a platinum piece. I'll just have to get some books. And the other thing is, here, and she holds out a very official-looking scroll with a red wax seal on it to you, Scrick.
ooh. Yeah, definite.
Inside, you see a very simple scroll that you quickly discern is an invitation to breakfast with the Baroness Saltina Mar at the Mar Manse
What day?
today.
Breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Catty would say it was delivered not long ago.
Well, you better keep it. Just say I wasn't here,
Okay.
because you
Can I
know.
read it?
Yeah, give him whatever. Do you want?
She'd read it and whistle like, woo. I mean, breakfast with the Baroness. That's very fancy.
Actually, I know. No, that doesn't make sense. We can't know, but I've seen the letter.
Look,
Otherwise, they know I was here.
you gave me a platinum piece. You'll tell them whatever you want me to tell them. But it's not every day you get an opportunity to have breakfast with the Baroness.
You'd look at everyone else and be like,
It could be useful.
Does anybody else respond?
I don't know.
Useful. How?
She's the big boss of the whole place. Maybe she could get a guard off her tail.
Have we met? We've not met her specifically, have we?
You've not met her? No.
No. Why would she believe us over her guard?
Evidence?
and he'd hold up that little token.
That's not a bad idea.
Hmm.
If you're honest, and then if you're honest with her and present the evidence, it's worth a shot, right? Like, what do we lose?
Oh, I assume it's just Scrick. Wait, is it just Scrick who's invited?
No, it's
Everyone.
essentially addressed to the travelers from Lumen Village, Following in the footsteps of the light bearers, you are cordially invited to breakfast with Baroness Saltina Mar at the Mar Ments.
I think if we accept it, though, it's gonna get Patty and Pudley into trouble.
You said that her was it her the advisor, the second under her,
The
is
steward, Aberys.
the steward. She would trust the steward, right? And the stewards maybe sent the guard, or maybe the guard was just acting on doing the law. I don't really know, but I don't know. Maybe I'm being too skeptical, though.
I think it's up to
I
you,
think-
Scrick. Do what you think's right, but we've got
I
to move.
think we should pass. It doesn't keep our story linear.
Yeah.
He'd give the letter back to Patty and be like,
Well, just say I wasn't here.
Okay. You're the boss, Platinum Man.
Yes, no problem.
Right, let's move.
Alright. You head out up into the early morning. High fire up above. A few people starting to go about their day. How are you going to... Are you heading straight into the woods? To the ruins?
Yeah.
Looking around.
So, heading through the opening from the central plaza, you head into the woods. In the early morning, there's a fresh smell in the woods of sunlight on leaves. Quite beautiful, and you see the looming shapes. In fact, let me move us over to the art. You see the tall trees and the thick canopy along with the looming shapes of old ruined buildings, but alongside more recent built mausoleums and other structures. How are you finding the ruins? Are you just heading forward?
I don't know. Not good at scouting.
didn't
Primrose
think
got
of
there
it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, Primrose was the best at this, so she should scout, right? I'll be on defensive duty. Got my shield up.
Primrose hasn't gotten to the ruins entrance before. She's just
No.
spoken with Cadsworth
But
about it.
she knows it better than us, though, right?
She's been in the woods,
Yeah.
but after a certain point, it's just going to be you trying to find your way through. So whoever wants to try and figure that out, I will need a survival roll, please.
I'll do it. I'll do survive. Done. Well done.
Can anyone do the help action?
Between the two of you, it takes you maybe 20, maybe half an hour. You take a few errant twists and turns. Some places are quite beautiful. You see these overgrown ruins, almost like bones sticking out of the ground, as you head through the central area of the Darkmoon Woods, and eventually come upon an entrance, clearly built like a mine shaft. There are wooden struts holding out this, what begins as a natural opening in the rock, but you can quickly see inside, just from the sunlight, that there is tunnel work that's been dug down lower. What do you do?
Keep an eye out for bloody Charisse. She's meant to be here.
Yeah, can Scrick do some sort of tracking check to see if there's any recent footprints or anything?
Yeah, I believe that's survival as well, if you want to roll survival for me. Okay. You take a look around, Scrick. There's evidence of other wildlife, but nothing to give you any reason to believe Charisse has been here.
Do we just go in?
Did we go past the bit where Primrose saw Cadsworth before?
You did, yeah.
Yeah, I assume he wasn't there.
He was not.
It's just
We could just be walking into a trap, but I don't know what else we can do. So
we need to find out what's going on. So let's. And Celia will just start walking into the place carefully, looking out for any dangerous terrain and such.
yeah, and Primrose lowers her ears a bit. She just sort of looks up at Dandy. Hold on, Dandy. We're going in.
Yeah, Dandy, all full of excitement, being back to his normal self, but still there's a little like shudder of appreciation for the danger that could lie ahead.
Mm.
So you begin to head down, each of you taking care to step. You can see some areas of this tunnel have collapsed. There are areas where small openings have had to be dug through, and you actually have to go down on your hands and knees and crawl through a section with some old wooden struts. It does not feel particularly secure as you head down. The tunnel is singular, it doesn't branch off at all, and eventually you find yourself in a large open chamber. The chamber is collapsed in different places, but there are some very striking features to it. Take you straight over. Here, you see a few things immediately. There are light grey stone. There's light grey stone architecture, complete with pictures, frescoes, dioramas that can be seen across the walls. In small sconces around the room, you see areas that have been used for torchlight, and each of these torches is currently aflame with a red crackling light. Green glass, shards of which are scattered across the broken flagstones of the floor, can be seen in a much greater wealth above. A section of the ceiling, almost like a window. Stonework opens into a big green glass pane. But whereas the shard you were given by Charisse before, Primrose, was transparent, the green glass above is opaque. It looks like it's cracked in many places, and upon cracking has become opaque, almost frosted in its appearance. Around you, you see there are openings off into different tunnels. They look like they would have gone to adjoining rooms, but they have collapsed, now full of rubble that has spread out at the base. There is, on the other side of the chamber, what looks like a door, but it looks very dusty and old and sealed to you. Doesn't take any inspection to see that amongst the shards of green glass on the floor are also traces of blood. Some parts look fresher, some parts look older, but it is scattered in different parts of the room. You're reminded, with the kind of shape of some of the scatterings, of a arterial spray.
Mm. Okay.
But you stand here, in the red gloom, all together, no sign of Charisse.
Remind me what Charisse said about the green glass. I can't remember why it was significant.
She was interested in it because it had magical or seemingly magical properties when you touched it. It reacted to being touched. But she also told you that the broken pieces seem to lose that property.
Mm. Okay.
Scripts.
Maybe-
Is this door here?
There is a door there. You go up to it?
He wants to look for any like indentation where the coin might fit in.
Okay. You look over the door and you see something which looks like it perhaps was recently an indentation, but has now been cracked, perhaps by a heavy tool. What was a coin, a medallion-shaped hole in the door in a prominent place in the center has been shattered and instead has formed multiple pieces of a circle now, cracked and broken.
Mm.
You see pieces of rock that have fallen out of it now cover the ground.
Did he use a crafting to work out how recent that damage might have been?
100%, yeah. Roll a crafting check for me, please. From the look of it, Scrick, and the difference between it and the more dusty surface of the door around it, you think this happened today.
I think someone's here already. Someone damaged his door today.
Do you think they're through there, or maybe just blocking us off, or does it look opened today?
Can you get the coin out and just see what it does in the indentation?
You take the coin, it no longer seems to fit perfectly into the indentation. It kind of just hangs loosely on one side of it, with the other part kind of shattered and broken away from it. It does look like, with that crafting roll, that the door hasn't been opened in a little while.
No, I think someone came here to do this.
He's gonna keep his eye out, see if there's anyone skulking about in here.
Just so that, I know that Scrick has got a feat called improvised tool, where you can jury rig a tool.
Mm-hmm.
Would that work on a keyhole? On this medallion?
It'd be very difficult with how the indentation seems to have been shattered, but I would say it's not impossible.
What do you get? Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also. Carry on.
I was going to say, is there any way Scrick would know how to fix this, or is it, is it fucked?
The body of the door itself is stone. Fixing it here would require some element of adhesive or like cement elements to fill in the stonework that's gone, or just being replaced altogether. It's more likely that you could kind of jury rig, improvise something to make the coin bigger, or to make it a slightly different shape to fit in the now broken aperture, such that it may activate the door.
But he doesn't know that maybe it has to be that shape.
Maybe.
It's up to you. Primrose would ask Morrigan probably if she could do detect magic on the glass. The non-broken glass.
Yeah.
If there is any in here.
Very cool. Morrigan, you focus once more, and you swiftly begin to sense, because detect magic in Pathfinder is you get a ping if there is magic nearby, but once you have detected one source of magic, you can try again and again to kind of figure out what is and what isn't. So through a process taking about a minute or so, you figure there's a few sources of magic in the room. The door itself is magical. The glass above, you think, is magical, but the shards of glass, green glass, are not. The torches are also magical, the red light torches on the walls.
Don't know what to do with that information, but at least we know it's magical.
Mm-hmm.
Do you learn anything else about it with the detect magic, or just that it's magical?
Just that it's magical. There are other spells that give you more information.
Okay.
Nothing else that's obvious, like a passage or anything like that, is there?
No, it's a strange moment with all the kind of adrenaline and trepidation about confrontation here. It is quite simply kind of anti-climactic. This place is strange. The frescoes on the walls depict people in acts of worship. You see figures prostrate before a being with 3 pairs of arms, 6 arms in total, raised to the sky above it. There are different frescoes that go around. Some seem to be worshipping no longer kind of the sky, but instead a figure sat upon a throne on a tower, like a high up tower. But no sign of Charisse. The blood on the floor, some of it seems older, some of it seems more recent. It's strange. Your body doesn't really know what to do with all the adrenaline and the expectation.
Celia just like throws her shield on the floor and just like, we're too late.
Well, we can't be too late. There must be something. Must be something we can do.
Seems like whoever was here broke the door.
Yeah, maybe we can try and fix it. I can try and maybe get some, I don't know, make some glue somehow. Maybe some tree sap will do. I don't know.
Feel like I'd have to change the coin to fit, but I don't know. Like if all the edges have to touch, I don't know how that works.
Don't know, but can't see anywhere else to go in here. Can Primrose go and like feel around the walls? I guess see if there's like an air breeze and coming from anywhere.
Yeah, you feel around, and it does seem like some of these collapsed passageways lead on further in. You hear like the sound of dripping moisture down in one of them. There is one with you feel some air breeze coming through, but you're not entirely sure where they might go.
I guess these could go anywhere. Seems like they wanted to stop us going in here for some reason, though. So maybe there's another way in.
Maybe. But I can't see anything.
No. Let's see if
Celia's just going to put her gauntlets on and just see if she can punch open the door.
Yeah, go ahead. Do an athletics check for me.
Yeah.
You hear a crunch, or you feel a crunch in your right hand. It's one particular frustrated punch lands on the door. He doesn't budge.
I don't really have anything. Well, let's go home.
Can't think of anything else to do.
Yeah,
There
you
must be
turn
something
around.
through this bloody glass. Is there like some way? Sorry.
No,
carry on.
please.
I was gonna say if there's some way to get like what's the word? Like a magical piece of this glass that's not non-magic for some reason.
The glass in the
it
ceiling was detected as magical. It's maybe 20 feet up above you.
Okay.
Can I pick up a rock off the floor and throw it at it?
Yeah, for sure.
Do that.
You pick up a hefty rock, throwing it up. It strikes the green glass, and along one of the edges of these kind of long break lines in the glass, you see a small shard fall down, and there's a sound of this like light tinkling as it hits the flagstones.
Can Primrose use one of the pieces of glass? So this glass above us is reflecting light.
It is reflecting some light, yeah.
Okay. Is it enough to try and get like a reflection onto the little hole of the gap, of the medallion gap?
Potentially.
Try and do that, I guess.
Yeah. So you kind of stand there for a moment, angling up with your shard of glass, the light from above, and you manage to get a pretty decent kind of green, very green reflection that illuminates Scrick from behind as he's kind of weighing up the space. He moves out of the way, and you shine the light onto the aperture, but nothing happens.
What about if... Well, this is a place of blood, right? Maybe it needs blood. And to be
Yeah,
filled?
you're right. And then Scrick like takes his dagger and opens his palm and like tries to shove it into the hole where the the coin goes, and then once he's smeared all the blood around to touch the sides, he'd put the coin in it.
You take 3 damage, Skrek,
Yeah.
because you're bleeding yourself fairly heavily. You place your palm in. With a blood-slicked palm, there is a feeling of reaction from the door, a charge, almost electrical. You can almost feel it like a buzzing in your teeth as you hold your palm there for a second, move it around the aperture, covering it in blood. And then you said you put the coin in afterwards?
Yes, so like the blood's conducting it to the side.
You put the coin in, holding it into the largest remaining kind of semicircular side. The door shudders. The sound of stone, heavy stone moving, but it doesn't seem right. The door kind of shifts slightly, rolls. You can see it's this circular door, rolls slightly to one side, the aperture rotating with it, the main door around it moving, but it sticks in place. The whole mechanism feels faulty, broken, and it stops such that there's like a sliver of light through, maybe a couple of inches you can see through on the other side, but the door seems to stick in place.
Maybe we just need more blood. Someone else want to get some blood?
No, I was gonna say maybe we don't want to give our blood to the door.
I'm gonna try and yank the door as hard as I can.
Athletics check, please.
I like it.
So as Skrick's like, we need more blood! Celia cracks her knuckles and steps up to the door. One gauntlet at his hand, the second one, and the strain, and you see the big muscles across her shoulders and biceps, triceps bulge as she pulls, and you hear the sound of grating stone. And Celia, you can feel the broken mechanism inside the door strain against you and give way as the door rolls off to one side. The whole thing moving, dust falling, bits of stone clattering down the stone stairs as the following chamber has been opened.
Ain't no door that can hold back a member of the Brunt family.
Need
Well
more
done, Celia.
blood.
Do you want a good berry, Scrick?
That'd be nice. Thank you, Primrose. How much
Right.
does it heal?
Why do I imagine him eating it really weirdly?
Thank you, Primrose.
Yeah.
Very nice, back to full.
You know, like hamsters, like fill their cheeks up. He's just like, he's just got loads
On
of
the
other
other side
shit
of the
in there.
door, a dim red illumination beckons.
Maybe we got the upper hand now. We probably thought we wouldn't be able to get in.
Celia's just gonna start walking in,
Hmm,
shield
Yeah.
raised, looking for any potential hazards.
maybe. Well, I don't think we should assume anything, just in case.
You make your way inside. The flagstones here are intact. They look like they've been repaired. The light grey stone matched by a darker, almost obsidian volcanic rock that seems to have filled in the
Oh.
patches that have broken. Sorry? Ooh. Hannah lagging?
Yes.
No worries.
Oh,
The
yeah.
chamber. Oh.
I am lagging.
No, poor Hannah. The chamber you walk through is like an antechamber, a short tunnel. The frescoes on the sides of the wall, where before the people were in worship of the figure on the throne. Now you see the figure looks wrathful, beckoning down at the people below, many of which you see stricken in poses of anguish. across the frescoes themselves, daubed in long dried blood, is this symbol of the open vein with the fangs inside, placed almost maniacally, really, kind of scattered about the walls as you walk through. But at the end of this, maybe only 30 feet long tunnel, this tunnel-like antechamber, you step into a larger room, circular. An altar stood alone in the middle. The walls here do not have frescoes upon them. They are blank, made entirely of this dark, kind of volcanic-like stone. The floor, flagstones, now all dark stone as well. And this single altar in the middle. Sconces around the edge, this red, these red torches as well.
Mm. Nobody here though.
Nobody here. Doesn't look like someone was waiting or blocking you from getting into them. It's empty.
Mm-hmm.
Can we investigate this? Was you said altar?
Yeah. You head towards this altar, a large, dark stone surface in the center, raised on steps similar to the ones before the door you saw in the chamber before. On the altar, you see indentations, instantly recognizable as the same as the one on the previous door, these circular medallion-sized indentations. You see 6 of them.
Mm. 6.
Indeed. Of the 6, 2 of them have one of these crimson coins inside. The other 4 are empty.
Hmm.
I can see they're
Are
trying.
they?
Can see they're trying to take the coins out.
Yeah, you reach down, kind of slightly hesitant. This place gives you the creeps, but you snatch one of the coins and nothing changes, nothing happens. The coin is heavy and cold, identical to the other. A single drop of blood on one side, and this grinning vein symbol on the other.
She'll take out the other one, throw it to Scrick.
You took out the other one as well?
Yeah.
Yeah? As you take the other one out, the stone rumbles and the apertures seem to close from below as if the stone previously down raises to fill the apertures themselves. As this happens, you kind of look around. Some of the black flagstones around you sink into the ground.
Oh.
On your far left, one of them sinks down to form a black stone staircase that heads down into darkness below. On the other side, it doesn't sink far, almost like a foot down. And in the space that's left, you see ringed around the edge is a number of clearly seen brass handles on the stone, as if it's revealed a number of stone drawers or doors that can be opened in this little new aperture.
Let's open him up.
Morrigan, if you don't mind doing detect magic again. See what's magical in here.
Happy with that, Morrigan? Morrigano. Cool.
Yes.
So, Morrigan moves around the chamber. The torches are obviously magical. The altar itself, weirdly, isn't magical. As you get over to the lowered area with the drawers, there are some strong senses of magic coming from
Okay.
there.
I assume she tells us that. I don't know if we really want to touch it if it's magical though. Do we? Should we? Curious though.
We need to figure out what's down here. Why are there 2 coins left in here? Does that mean someone's still here?
Maybe one of them's. How many did you say there were, Tom? 4?
So there were 6
Okay.
apertures, 2 of which had coins in. And that's not
Sweet.
including the one that you put in the door before.
I'm opening up one of these drawers.
Okay.
Mm.
You pull the drawer open, Celia, and a strong metallic smell wafts out as you see the glimmer of glass inside. And as you lean down, 10, 20, 30 more vials of blood are arrayed in here.
Mm.
Should we smash him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a good idea? I don't know.
Maybe not in here. Although maybe, I don't know.
Well,
How
They're-
is connected
the
to
valves
a life
themselves-
force and they'll die?
Oh, true. Maybe we should find out more first then. The vials themselves are not magical, are they?
The vials themselves are not magical. They seem to be vials of blood.
Okay.
No, the Morrigan. I'll have her kind of updating you guys. The magical kind of pulse seems to be coming from, because there are multiple sets of drawers here. You've opened one side. It seems to be coming from the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm opening up that as well then.
Okay. As you open this one up, Celia, this looks to be not not blood. Instead, inside you find a number of. It looks almost like a treasure trove. Someone has kept this here for whatever reason as accumulated wealth. You see a small box, black box with silver trim. You see a large staff, which Morrigan would tell you is magical. You see a pendant, like a necklace pendant. You see a short bow, which again Morrigan detects as magical. And you see what looks like in the drawer kind of next to it, almost like a... You couldn't really call it an armory, it's too small, but a number of weapons and armor kept quite well in here. It's like a survivalist stash kind of thing.
Mm. Does it look like Filtria's sort of stuff?
I would say no. You would be very familiar with the fact that Filtria hunts with a long bow. This bow is clearly a short bow.
Okay. Hmm.
Do we recognise any of the weapons and armour?
The weapons and armor you absolutely recognize. There's a suit of half plate, there's some chainmail, there's some studded leather armor, various arms that you would easily recognize, Celia, from your mother's workshop. There's a greatsword, an axe, all sorts. There's not a huge amount, but they are there. There's a strange looking kind of contraption, which Morrigan would tell you isn't magical. That's kind of put in there alongside the armor that you could get out if you wanted to.
Yeah, why not?
You take it out and you quickly realize that this is like it is a military piece of gear, and it's used essentially to have mobile cover. You can kind of carry it along and then put it down, and it erects as cover. Everything, all these weapons and armor in here look like the kind of tools you'd equip a militia or an armed group with.
Mm. Are they quite mundane? They're not like covered in blood or some weird stuff?
Not covered in blood, no symbols of the grinning vein. Very much mundane, yeah, is the word I'd use.
No signs of magic on them from Morrigan.
Not on those. The magical things are the short bow,
Yeah.
and the staff, and the pendant.
I'll take the.
Maybe it's identified.
I'll take the cover thing.
It's deployable cover.
Looks like somebody's just left their belongings here. Looks like Some militia person. Don't know if anyone needs a new short bow.
Scrick.
Willen looks at Scrick, just like,
Yeah, take it.
I'll also say you didn't take the composite short bow from the person before at the Hardborn home. Would you have taken the composite short bow? I offer it because you might have forgotten between sessions.
Composite short bow. Don't even know what
Yeah,
that is.
so
but
all
no.
a composite short bow is just a short bow, but you can add. You know how ranged weapons in Pathfinder just have the damage dice. The
Mm.
composite short bow lets you add your strength to it
Oh, okay.
as well.
Very good.
Damage,
No, maybe that's good for you. Celia, bit of ranged.
maybe.
No, I don't ranged.
No. What was the other thing? A staff.
A staff and a pendant, and then there's a little box which you don't detect as magical.
What's special about the short bow, or is it just a short bow?
There's the magical short bow. It's magical. If you guys want to take some time identifying it, that's something you can do.
Maybe not. Maybe not right now. Maybe
You
later.
do-
Unless someone's got identify.
You do know there's a magical shop in town that you could always take it there to be identified.
Okay.
Might as well.
Huh?
Yeah, might as well just take it and then get it
Yeah.
identified later.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah, it takes 10 minutes to try and identify magic.
That's it's probably too long for a right second, but maybe later.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just grab everything and then we can go down the staircase?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you gather up the goods and head down the staircase. The box, as you gather it up, you can hear it's heavy and you hear the sound of coin inside jingling around. But you head down this dark stone staircase. The red torches on either side follow you down. There's one placed on each side every sort of 10 feet or so going down. It doesn't go down that long. And as you get to the bottom, you realize that the staircase kind of abruptly ends, and no longer being this dark stone kind of carved and worked, instead there's a ruddy kind of grey stone, and a smell wafts up to you of sewage
Mm.
as the staircase seems to connect to a set of sewers.
Great. It's all
Well,
connected.
it is connected. But if it's connected to the sewers, then I mean there was another way in here. Maybe they left that way, or if someone wanted to come in here. You said there was 2 pendants still in here, so maybe they're not here anymore.
But maybe this is where they went.
Was there wasn't any other way, was there, Tom?
Not that you could see, no.
No.
Did the door look like it was broken from the outside or inside?
From the outside.
Hmm. Okay.
Still, why would they leave 2 of these pendants here?
Maybe they're dead. Maybe one of them was Sartris.
Maybe. The Sarge's had his on him. We've got Sarges. We've got 3 now.
Yeah. Maybe it's the right guy.
Well, let's go fucking search the sewers.
Yeah.
All roads lead to shit, so...
As you kind of resolve yourself to search the sewers, a sound echoes down to you all from the top of the staircase, one familiar to you, Primrose.
Oh no.
Oh no, don't fucking...
And a voice
Are
calls out, "Hello! Hello
you-
down there!"
what are you doing up there, Casworth?
No.
I came to find you.
Oh, fuck off, Tom.
Did you? Oh, it's dangerous down here. You said you didn't come in here before.
Sense motive.
Yeah. Please.
What is your perception modifier?
7.
The voice sounds listless. You didn't spend much time with Cadsworth yourself, but yeah, you get the sense that it's not entirely friendly. And the voice
Raising my
continues.
shield, getting Gwylin behind me. I'm heading back.
Warming up.
I'm moving back up the stairs and confronting this elephant.
Who's that?
As you reach the top of the stairs, you see the disheveled form of Cadsworth sitting atop the altar, kind of swinging his Loxodon legs like a child on a chair. As he looks over towards you, he does seem... He wasn't the best put together person in the first place, but he does seem particularly out of it. His eyes don't really properly focus, and you swear if you look for long enough, it almost seems like the eyes kind of slowly move outwards independently of each other towards the sides as he continues talking to you and just says, "You've done so well, coming down here, finding all the things. The mistress just wanted you to know she's very proud, oh so proud of you all." Does anybody respond?
Who's the mistress, Cadsworth?
She's proud, Primrose. Proud of you, and proud of Celia, and Scrick, and Morrigan. And he kind of points to each of you with his trunk as he does so. And she says she'll see you soon.
Primrose was on her way to give a berry to Cadsworth, but stops halfway.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Cadsworth.
We're all gonna die.
What do you mean, Cadsworth? Who is it? Is it Charisse? Where is she?
Kind of looks down sadly. The mistress says that she's very impressed, but that even the bravest little rabbit didn't go wandering into forests where they don't belong. And then he looks up at you, Primrose, and his eyes are bloodshot, and you begin to see blood coming out of his eye sockets. And with a kind of horrible lurching sneeze forward, blood gushes out of his trunk and his mouth, and he falls down off the altar, looking up, one sad look in his bloodshot eyes as his whole face suffuses with blood like a deep purple color as he collapses onto the ground, and you hear the same kind of choking, horrified sounds as you heard from Sartris Varlin.
I'm putting him out of his
Tom, I
misery.
don't know if I want to marry you anymore.
I'm
This is horrible.
I'm putting him out of his misery.
Okay. With one fell swoop, Celia strikes down, and the choking sound stops, and the strain in his face lessens as he rests his final rest.
Primrose, with a sort of gasp, steps back, and she's just kind of a bit shocked and stunned and doesn't really say or move.
I'm gonna find her and I'm gonna fucking kill her.
Now let's get out of here. This ain't good.
Are we just gonna leave?
No, of course not.
I thought he said he lived in a sewer.
We're gonna give him a proper burial. We'll bury him in the woods, like you said, where he stayed, Primrose.
I think we should.
Yeah.
I think
We
Better
know.
than in
We know
here.
it. We know it leads to the sewers now. We can. There's taking back up. We can regroup. We can. The other stuff links to the sewers now. We can find another way down there. We can.
she already came down here and got what she needed to not have us see anything. I don't know.
Celia's just gonna go up to that blood, and I think she's gonna start smashing bottles.
Yeah. You start smashing them. You notice as you reach in that there was space for more in that space, for more vials. Whether that means that some have been taken or not, you don't know.
Yeah.
But what is there is smashed and scattered across the ground. Gwilyn joins you in doing so.
Primrose sort of sits down next to Casworth and puts little petals over his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
Doesn't
you
really
sit
say much.
next to him, Primrose, you see that was kind of obscured from you because he was sat down on the altar. There is a deep red stain on his inner thigh, the clothing. The stain is soaked through there.
Does it look like a needle type shape?
Yeah,
Mhm.
as you kind of gently look, it does look like a large syringe, similar to the Knight of Crucible that you saw lying in the orchard before.
Fuck. I forgot about that. Fuck.
Wait, what?
That's so long ago.
What was it?
The night outside of fucking.
Oh, yeah.
He had the like needle thing in him. I completely forgot about that.
I remembered him, but I forgot the needle thing. Yeah.
I'm twiddling my
And his
mustache right
blood.
now.
Fuck, that was so long ago.
It's dastardly foreshadowing. I love it.
Fuck, I don't know why I didn't even pick up on that.
Maybe we should destroy this. And she picks up the ornate needle thing. Destroy it. Maybe then they can't do it anymore. Something at least.
It's evidence. We can. The guard took the guy in from outside of the night.
Yeah, but
Maybe the
if we just roll up.
maybe the Baroness can do something. The fact
Maybe
she's
she'll
returned.
suspect us though, because we have it now.
Fuck, I don't know. I don't know what to do. We need to fucking find Charisse and crack that stupid bird's neck.
Yeah. Should we? She sort of motions towards Casworth. We'll come back.
What if Filtria has done this to the rest of the light bearers?
Maybe we're gonna need a new scouting.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Maybe they were. Maybe they knew and was able to do something about it, and they're okay, and we will find them, and hopefully. You see, she's Primrose is a bit jumbled. She's a bit
Yeah.
shocked still.
Of course. With your dandy kind of clinging tightly to the top of your head.
Yeah. Okay. So are we gonna move Casworth out of the thing first, or are we gonna go straight to Thingamabob, try and find her, or are we going in the sewer?
Let's move Cadsworth up to the surface.
Yeah.
Then
Between you and Lorik, and anybody else who wants to help. It's a large, Cadsworth large form. You're able to definitely do so. Bringing him up out into the forest above.
Primrose will start digging with rabbit prowess as she does with the warrens and things like that. So
Yeah.
probably quite shallow rainbows. It'll take ages, but better than nothing. I assume you put him in and cover it back over.
I should tell you the typical burial practices in South Hespia is to sorry, I should have told you this before you started talking about digging and such. Is cremation at night with an open sky. The idea being that the spirit goes up to Sina, and the dark side of Sina, the dark side of the moon, is seen as like the afterlife.
Oh
people.
yeah. So.
But you could find a place where the canopy, there's like a gap in the canopy here, and sort of lay him down there, and maybe think to come back later on at night.
Yeah.
But it's totally up to you guys. There are also mausoleums here. Some old. You could lay him to rest in one of those if you wanted to.
Who he was word is two religious ones, but maybe just a Cena can see him off later on. If we leave him in this gap for now, and you see Primrose sort of trying to place like flowers where she's sort of notioning for him to be put.
Yeah.
Maybe
What do we?
maybe we just come back later.
Yeah. What do we do now? Do we go back down into the sewers? Do we think that's where they've gone?
Probably.
You got a map of the sewers?
No.
The library might do though. She
I
was
believe-
friendly.
Morrigan was given a simple map of the sewers by the guy
Yeah,
there.
She accepted the thingy, didn't she?
Yeah.
Then we do.
Yeah.
And
You
let's
do have a map.
get going then.
Wait, what are we going to do in the sewers? Just wander around?
Do we want to let the Baroness know about this needle thing and the guy we found? The guards already know about that one.
No, we already delayed. I think us delaying might have cost Cadsworth its life here.
Yeah.
It cost us something. They smashed that door. Grick, you said it was done today. They were trying to cover something. We should have gone last night. I knew we should have gone. We shouldn't hesitate. Let's go now. Let's just get in the sewers, and they've gone down there or something. We need to know where it
What are we looking
leads.
for in the sewers? Just wandering around? There's a whole
Charisse.
town.
Charisse. Maybe she's hiding down there.
Where?
I don't know. But we need to look.
Why don't we just look on the map? We find how we can get into the gold district near a house and head for there or something.
I don't know what that achieves either. At least we know this leads somewhere. At
If we
least
look at,
They're wandering around aimlessly.
if we look at the map, is
Mhm.
there any like sewer entrances around Charisse's house?
There
Yeah,
are
yeah.
notably no sewer entrances on the Gilded Isle. Instead, there are 3 different sewer entrances, essentially ringing around it. So that all 3 of them are close. The one closest to Charisse's house is like at the edge of the central plaza.
Just I kind of agree to go now, but I also don't know whether Charisse is even going to be in the sewer. Like, why would she be in the sewer? What is she doing in the sewer?
there's something down there. There's something down there.
Well,
Why would they have a staircase leading there?
Yeah.
I mean, Celia's ready to go down there. She's literally like,
But go where down there?
she literally just wants to follow the path and see where it goes. She's like blinded
Oh,
by
right.
rage.
From The place we've just come back up
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
from. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, fine.
Yeah. Yeah, but we already saw that nobody had been in there though, because obviously Scrick had already seen that the door hadn't been opened from where we went in
I
anyway.
don't know that. They might have shut it from the inside. Someone might have shut it from the outside
Yeah.
whilst there were others inside. There was 2 pendants in there. We don't really know how it works.
No.
Point of note as well, did you guys take the pendant back from the door? Or did
No,
you
I
leave
don't
it
think
in
so.
there?
No. Left it in there. I think
What's the
we
plan?
head back down. That's what Celia wants to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Follow
Let's
the-
go back. Let's go see if she's down there at least.
You head back down, make your way through the tunnels, through the now blood-soaked chamber where you smashed all the vials. Start heading down the stairs with a sense of purpose and fury at what's happened. You head down into the sewers themselves. Smell of dank water, still and stagnant. Get rid of this nice upstairs sounds. It's powerful down here. It strikes you. Some of you are more familiar with being around kind of smelly things, but those who aren't, it's thick in the air. Even if you think you would have been around kind of sewers or what have you before, which isn't that likely. Lumen doesn't have a sewage system. It seems like the water here is still. It's not running to one area or another. And Scrick, you would remember your conversation with Abaris Usani talking about how part of the reason why people leave their junk out is there's no real functional waste system here, and the old sewers seem like they no longer are functional sewers. But you start to head through. What are you using for light?
I prepared the light spell.
Wonderful. So Primrose. Yep.
Also, Primrose looks to Dandy with the smell. She's like, Dandy, I really need something that smells better than this. Can
Yeah.
you turn into a flower or something?
Dandy would do one better than that and kind of slink down from the hat form and instead wrap his leaves gently kind of over the lower half of your face like a little veil, but bloom some flowers as well, so you get this strong floral smell covering your nose as you begin
That's a
to
lot
walk
better.
through.
Thank you, Dandy.
And you cast your light cantrip. What are you casting it on?
Good question. Let me see. Is it just item?
Yeah, it's like an item or a piece of clothing or...
Celia would offer her shield up.
Yeah. Put it on the shield.
Amazing. Cast your magic into the shield, and what color light would Primrose conjure?
Like a light pastel pink.
Oh, the light spools out across the shimmering, reflective surface of the stagnant sewer water down here. The slick stones to your side and above as you begin to make your way down and through the sewer system. You have the map, so you don't actually have to roll to navigate with this. It's quite clear. It seems like the guy at the library, whose name I've forgotten, has marked off areas that are no longer used, and so you're able to navigate quite clearly. The first step does take maybe 20 minutes because the entrance you've come down isn't marked on the map itself. But with the shape of the tunnels and you kind of looking at one of the other entrances, you manage to figure out where you're going. Your aim is to head for where? For the entrance near Sharice's house?
Yeah, probably just looking for evidence that she's come down.
Yeah.
One of the entrances.
Evidence you do come by. The pink light emanating outwards, excuse me, as you kind of shuffle through one particular tunnel, catches on top of the stagnant water something floating lightly on top of it. A single large feather is sat in the middle of the kind of canal in the sewer. on top of the stagnant water, just slowly rotating in place.
Mm.
Well, we know she's been down here at least. I don't know when or how long, but maybe there's a trail. Don't know if there'd be a trail, Tom.
You want to continue on? Are you leaving the feather there?
Yeah.
Yeah. You continue on, and yes, as you reach the next kind of crossroads, you know that the ladder up to the sewer entrance by Sharice's house is another kind of 2 tunnels worth ahead of you, but you do catch sight of a feather, this time not in the water, instead kind of wedged between 2 stones at the base of a wall off to the left, turning.
These are quite large feathers
They are.
to be losing willy-nilly.
It's a trap.
It might be a trap.
That's the plan.
Yeah, I think I'd say that thought out loud. Do we still want to follow what potentially could be a trap? I mean, I would know if I lost chunks of fur.
Best thing to do with the trap is spring it, right?
Do they?
No, as long as we're not.
I could hide and
it.
follow you from the back, and then if something gets you, I could have the advantage still.
Sure. I'm pushing
Yes. Scrick's gonna slink back into the shadows.
Very cool. Avoiding notice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Got my shield raised. Just
Shield raised.
Do we want to lose the light for the minute? I know the only me and Primrose and Scrick have got low vision, like low light vision, but Morgan and Celia have got dark vision, I think.
I've got dark vision, yeah.
I think Scrick has low light vision.
Yeah, so I might just fuck up Primrose and Scrick by getting rid of the light.
Yeah.
Depends.
Low
So
light
light
vision
lighting?
will. No, low light vision will not help you. Yeah.
I don't think we should just keep the light on.
Yeah, just keep it on.
Yeah.
So you following the feathers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You head on. Are you gathering the feathers or just leaving them there?
Leaving them.
You
Yeah,
head.
there's nothing special about them, is there?
You head to the left. Moisture dripping from above, and you hear the sound of slowly flowing water. It sounds like water's kind of dropping over a lip nearby and splashing down below. You see, as you make your way around this corner, there is now low light filtering from above, barely illuminating the scene. But what it does illuminate to you is there's an opening. The tunnel seems to end, and there's just kind of a circular opening there, and you can see the slow flow to the water kind of dropping off and splashing down below. On the stonework to the side of the flowing water is a figure. The figure is humanoid, medium height, clearly wearing like a cloak and hood, facing away from you right now. The cloak and hood look shabby, brown, tattered, poor quality fabric. The figure is wearing boots and this very baggy clothing.
We don't recognise them, though.
No, there's no details to make out really from here.
Celia's just drawing her sword.
Yeah.
Who are you?
The
I
figure
see you.
turns to face you, and the features are no one you recognize. Generic. kind of a blend of many different people. The features aren't blurred themselves, but the figure has a kind of ruddy, pale complexion, human. Some kind of marks on the face, moles, freckles, and such. Shaggy brown hair, dull brown eyes. But as the figure addresses you, as their mouth opens, you hear a voice you recognize. Charisse. Cloudfeather's voice. I hoped you'd make it to me. Did you enjoy your friend's final moments?
Celia's just rushing her.
Rushing at her?
Yeah.
Okay. To attack?
Yeah.
You rush forward, and as you strike Celia, your sword goes straight through the figure, and you go hurtling through, toppling through the figure, as you catch kind of in the dim light. In fact, you have dark vision, so you see quite clearly that perched up above, as you kind of twist, as you begin to fall down off, and you can see it's not too far a fall, perched above the end of the tunnel, the form of Charisse Cloudfeather, wings held out to the side, claws dug, the talons dug into the stonework, keeping her above, as the illusion that you attacked dissipates, as she takes flight, and you all hear the sound of her talons coming out of the stonework as she begins to fly upwards. Celia, as you begin to fall, you see actually it's not very far, and you land on a soft surface, kind of slopping down into rubbish and filth and sewage on the ground about 10 feet, 15 feet down. You don't take any damage for this. What are the rest of you doing in this moment as you see Celia striking out and then just going through this illusion which dissipates and falling down?
Just rushing to go help Celia back up in case she's fallen very far, but also looking up to see. So I've only got low light vision, so they're relying on the shield, the light. So if she sees her, great. If not, does she see the Charisse?
Okay. You do see the sight of these white wings bathed pink in the diminishing light of the shield as Celia falls. But you see the tint of pink upon these white wings as she beats them, silent, owl feathers giving no sound out as she flies upwards towards a thin opening that you see at the top, which is where this low level of light is coming from, maybe about 50 feet up.
Okay. Yeah, she's just going to help Celia for now.
Okay. Celia, as you lie there for a moment, looking up furiously as the sight of Charisse diminishing above, she kind of does look back at you for a moment, this kind of mocking grin or smile, or as close as a smile a beak can get on her face. You feel something move beneath you. And actually, I need everybody to roll initiative for me, please.
Would Scrick get a special one because he's sneaking? I can't remember how it
Yes.
affected.
So, I rolled your stealth check for you. So, what is your stealth modifier, Scrick?
9.
You have an initiative of 25.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah, it's very cool. I like that thing. So, I have moved us over. I'm gonna put some music on.
About put tokens, Tom?
Yeah, I will need to start putting tokens on for you because it is a little bit complex here. Things could have worked out very differently this session, but that's a bit loud. Right, Celia has fallen down. Celia is right there.
I have no dark vision, I don't think.
Cool, I will fix vision in just a second, and also I need to put light on you for your shield. Morrigan, would you have had Revna out with you or in tattoo form?
I think up until that point he would have been in tattoo form.
Okay. Got it. Morrigan would still be up in the tunnel. Primrose be up in the tunnel as well, though she kind of ran forward, so I'll put her slightly further forward. And Skrick would have been further back in the tunnel. Then we've also got Gwilyn. She further back as well, with Lorik. And Kicktrin, who's just like, having the worst day ever. Okay. Right. Celia. Alright, let me give you guys some light so you can see what's going on. Yeah. As a large shape begins to loom out of the detritus in front of you, Celia. Right, dynamic lighting. Celia does already have night vision. I'll make sure I fix that on the old token for the future. But also is currently giving out, I'm going to assume it's 2020. And it is a lovely pink color. That's still pink. Give that a go. There we go.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
It's an Yug.
Pathfinder Yug.
Yeah.
Right, Morrigan, you already rolled, so I'll put you on the turn order 17. Skrick, I can just add you straight on because you got 26, I think, or 20. Yeah, 25. Up. Very good, very good. I need to roll for Gwilyn. Where have you got? Initiative. And Lorik. Initiative. Kicktrin is just going to huddle in the tunnel, so I'm not even going to put her on the initiative unless things get super crazy.
Yeah.
Right. The creature is going to be using stealth for his initiative. Stealth. Nice. Right then. So, it's not 100% clear from the map because with where you guys are, it looks like you can go up here. That's not the case. So, about 15 feet up from Celia is you guys. You can jump down without getting hurt. You can see Celia's unhurt because it's all soft down there. But you're about 15 feet up. Another 15 feet up from where you are is the kind of stone ledge leading up to this higher level, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
like 30 feet from where Celia is, and there's also the bridge above that too. Cool. Right then, the creature, the Otjug, is going first. So with Celia there, it's just gonna try and grab you with its tentacle, or attack you with its tentacle, Celia. You can see this thing has 3 tentacles as it whips out towards you. A 22 to hit,
Yep. Hits either way, so.
for 11 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
It will then use its next action to grab you. There's no roll for that because the tentacle has the grab ability, so you are grabbed by the creature now.
Mm-hmm.
Grabbed on you, or the first grab. And then with its final... Reach 10 feet. Yeah, with its final action, it's going to use reposition. What is your fortitude DC, Celia?
Pretty good, I think. 19. Well,
Yeah.
not that good.
So, it moves you with its tentacle over to here. So you will just see it grab around Celia, like smashing into her, picking her up with this large tentacle, and then moving her over its own body, like through the air, holding her to the other side and like, holding her out on the other side. And then it just turns to the rest of you in the tunnel, and you hear this that's kind of vomiting roar sound. Skrick, your turn.
If he's hidden,
You would be.
does that mean it's flat-footed to him?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. He will use his quick shot, do the composite short bow then.
Very cool. That does not hit.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'll
is
use a hero point.
that right?
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that is right.
10 plus 3. That can't be right.
Oh, it's
surely.
because it's a new one and I haven't
Yeah, it's 'cause you
updated
just
it.
added it.
What would have been that been?
So it'll be +3
Should
and then
be.
+4 more for your proficiency, I think. So
Yeah,
17,
so
which
17.
still wouldn't hit.
Fuck.
Do you still want a hero
I'll
point?
use a hero point. Why not?
Yep.
I'll just roll them.
Remember, you were given one by Morrigan as well,
Well-
so you have 2 right now.
Well,
Well,
what else can we do? It's gonna hide again.
okay. You told me your stealth modifier. Cool. I've rolled it.
And then he'll do a recall knowledge about the Otyug.
Very cool. What is your nature modifier, please?
A 5.
5. Check. I always forget that in true Pathfinder style they actually have a DC for recall knowledge for all of them. Okay. So, Skrick, yes, you know that Otyugs love consuming and wallowing in garbage and refuse, and sometimes can actually be considered a fairly ecologically friendly disposal system. They will just eat away at the rubbish. However, they can be fiercely territorial and do prey on other creatures. They're omnivores. With your roll, you know that the worst type of save that this thing has is a reflex save. It's not very fast. It's only got 20-foot speed. But because it's so filthy, if it bites you, you can contract a disease from it, a very nasty disease that can be fatal. And then you rolled quite well. I'd also say that you know that because of its horrific stench, it can cause people to be sickened
Okay,
if they get close to it.
cool. That's everything, buddy.
Very cool. Celia, it is now your turn. So
Yeah.
because you are close enough to it, and it's now the first time on your turn that you're technically being that close, could you do a fortitude save for me, please?
Yeah,
See how well you resist its stench.
20.
Nicely done. 20. You are now immune to its stench for 1 hour. Very nice. Success.
Now, I didn't say I wanted to do this because I didn't realise this is how it worked mechanically, so tell me to either go away or fuck off, but I didn't realise you had to fix talismans with 10 minutes of work.
Oh, don't worry about that. Yeah.
Okay. But I do have to make a DC 10 crafting check to see if it would have worked, so do you want me to do that at least?
I mean, this would... Sure. DC 10 should be fine.
Well, failed
God's
it.
sake.
I mean, I'll...
And because you would have done this in advance,
Yeah.
and you would have just done it until it worked. This
Yeah.
wasn't a time-sensitive thing, so
Okay.
I'm fine with it. What talisman are you using?
The potency one.
Ooh, what does that do?
Well, I'll tell you if I hit. Because I think I have to hit first for it to
Okay.
activate it. Or you make an attack. No, it just says you make an attack, doesn't mean you have to hit. Well, can I chop its like thing it's got on me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll make the attack, and then I'll use my free action to potency crystal, which gives me +1 striking weapon for the rest of the turn, and
Ooh,
gain
very
a
cool.
+1 item bonus to the attack roll and increasing damage on a hit to 2 weapon damage dice.
Nice. That's a lot, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll take that out of my inventory then, because I think it uses it up, right?
It does. Talismans are consumable, yeah.
Yeah, so that's gone. And then I'll make the attack.
Very cool.
Please don't fuck up Celia. No, where's my sword? There it is.
Sword.
I'll hero point that, because
Hero point.
fucking... There we go.
23 hits. Are you activating the talisman?
Yes, I am.
What talisman is it?
It's the potency one.
Ooh, very cool.
So get +1 to the damage, +1 to hit, and until the end. No, wait, yeah, +1 striking weapon for the rest of the turn,
Mm-hmm.
gaining a +1 bonus to the attack roll and increasing the damage on a hit to 2 weapon damage dice.
Yeah, so you roll another D8.
D8. Okay, so roll a
to add to
D8.
that.
So another
Nice.
7 points of
15
damage.
Yeah, a hefty blow. And I know you were wanting to target it on the tentacle. And I'll say with that much damage done, you do strike down. It doesn't sever it, but it is enough that the tentacle kind of writhes and releases you.
Okay, so I'm no longer grabbed, which is
No longer
good.
grabbed.
That's one action.
Yep.
Second action, I'm going to raise shield.
Nice.
Let me put a little shield symbol on myself. Put my AC up to 22. Third action. I don't actually know what to do.
Yeah. Move. It's
Yeah.
difficult terrain.
Yeah, I thought this thing might have attacked opportunities though.
Also fair. Do a recall knowledge. Find out.
Sorry, just unsure.
That's alright. I will say Scrick rolled very well.
Yeah.
So, and I'm assuming information is being shared unless stated otherwise. So
How
it
could he if he's being sneaky?
true.
I don't think it really matters either way.
No, this is a small space. Like even if you move, it's gonna get back in you.
I'm gonna chuck down the deployable cover in front of me.
Oh, cool. The cover. Let me have a read.
I don't know if I can take cover as part of the same action or not, but
Let's find out. Deployable cover, ballistic cover, which is what this is. Ooh, that's cool. Mounted on a tripod. Blah, 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 blah. You can rapidly deploy it on the ground with an interact action to create cover. Deployable cover is large enough to take cover behind, allowing you and others to gain standard cover when used to take cover action. So just chucking it down gives you half cover. You can take the take cover action next turn or what have you to give you more.
good. So what does half
also
cover do?
It's +2 to your AC, I think.
It's pretty good.
Let's have a little refresh. A +1 is half
So
cover.
what if I
It's
took
actually called lesser cover.
what if I took full cover then? Or what if I took a
So
take cover action instead of raising my shield?
that would take you to standard cover, which is +2, so it'd be the same as your shield. So at the moment you're getting +3, so it's better to do what you've done.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Cool.
So I'm on 23 AC.
Yeah. Willen is going to rush up. I'm coming, Celia. And we'll have to do a fortitude as she gets close to the stank. She critically fails. Let me check what that does. I will say this about the Pathfinder. I love the rules for everything, but sometimes they go off the deep end. There's a whole fucking paragraph in here that's just like, if you clean the Otyug, like, that's great and cute, but right now I just need to know the simple rules. A success.
Clean it.
Clean it.
I'm really hoping that Pathfinder does what Chaosium are planning to do with AI for where they're basically getting their own AI and teaching it the rules exactly, so you can basically search any question and it will just like basically instantly know the rules
Oh, that's
answer.
sweet. Your AI rules lawyer.
Exactly. I was like, so that'd be particularly good for Pathfinder, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. So, because Gwilyn crit failed, you see her like almost like running into a wall with the smell there. She's just like, oh god. She is sickened 1 and slowed 1 as well. So she actually loses an action. Not in this round, it's at the start of next round. I'll find a suitable thing in a second. But she still has her 3 actions this round, so 1 action to move, and then 2 actions. I finally put it on her damn character sheet. She will use the Archer's Aim ability, which is 2 actions to make a careful shot, where she gets a +2 to hit. So that'd be 19, which still doesn't hit. I'm afraid.
Fuck.
Oh, damn it.
That is her turn. Primrose.
Right, guys, if you got debuffs or buffs for like me or Scrick, I think we need to bring this guy's AC lower or get our chances to hit higher. So Morrigan start using them little fate thingies, whatever they're called, maybe.
Roger. I was already thinking.
Yeah.
Nudge bait.
Very nice.
20 AC is a lot.
For now, all I got is an attempt to try and stop it moving as good.
Mm-hmm.
So, do I need to do the fortitude thing?
You do. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Do I
fortitude
get
save, please.
a little cheeky bonus for having a...
Oh, I would give that a +2 bonus. Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
+2 circumstance bonus.
What is it, a fortitude?
Fortitude, please.
No, I'm bad at fortitude. Okay.
Even with the +2, that is a failure, I'm afraid. Did not critically fail, so you're just sickened 1.
Okay. What does that do?
This fucking paragraph. This is what automatically affects everything.
If you meet an Okrog in the forest and shove a stick up its bum,
I'm actually going to read it to you guys. An Otyug's stench is due to the offal and refuse that it wallows in, so cleaning the creature thoroughly, brackets with create water and sufficient scrubbing, for example, deactivates the aura, while a sufficiently plugged nose allows an individual to avoid exposure to the stench. Actually, Primrose, I'd say you are avoiding exposure to it. Because you specifically did that with Dandy. I will say if you move Dandy, potentially to go and heal people or what have you, then you would lose that.
Yeah, for sure. He ain't moving.
Yeah.
Staying with me.
Cool. So yeah, you're fine.
Cool. And I'm just gonna try and do my Tanglefoot on it.
Nice. That hits. So you spell it back. Success, -10 foot, so it only has 10-foot movement at the moment.
Yep.
And it can attempt to escape. Cool. Gaudy.
Primrose will move back into the darkness a little bit. Just slightly.
Shuffling back.
Maybe a bit more. I can't
Yeah,
see what's
nice.
behind me. If anyone's behind me, I'm on it.
Lorik. 25 feet.
Go.
As he walks past you, he's like, "Oh, I'm not getting fucking paid enough for this." But he will walk up to the edge. He'll do his fortitude save. Fortitude. Oh, crit success. He is
Okay.
immune. He's just like, smells like home. And he will
I love the smell of poo.
he will use a sling attack.
No,
Whatcha?
Ma.
He misses. And his sling is not loaded. Record that with that now. Morrigan! Fortitude save, please.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Fortitude Saverino.
I'm trying to find it. I don't know how to do a fortitude save. I've
On
got
your
a new.
new character sheet. It's
Yeah.
just above your bit where it says HP, so it's under that first big
Oh.
line.
Oh,
It says
helps
fort.
that you abbreviated it, Thomas.
It does that automatically.
Oh.
An 11 is a failure. You are sickened 1. As a reminder to everybody, you can spend 1 action to attempt to retch to get rid of your sickness. Thank you, Hannah, for posting it in the chat.
Hooray! This game is great for emetophobes. Brilliant.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's fine.
Action.
So am I on like a ledge or something?
Yes. So you are the ledge would be. In fact, let me just draw it on because obviously the battle map's great, but we kind of want clarity here. So there is a ledge. See that pink line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the ledge. That's the edge of the kind of tunnel that you're walking right now, and then it's a 15-foot drop down. But you can jump down without taking any damage because it's like a very soft floor.
Okay. Yeah, but that takes an action. How many spells can I do in one turn?
So you have typically for spellcasters, it's usually only 1 because they're 2 actions each. But
Mhm.
actually, a witch has some good options that are only 1 action. For example, Nudge
Right.
Fate is only 1 action, and you can do. There's not like the D&D limitation where it's like only 1 spell and a cantrip. You can do whatever you like as long as you can have the actions to do it.
Well, then I have a plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Nudge Fate on Celia.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Then I'm going to cast True Strike on myself, obviously, and then Aqueous Blast on this bad boy.
Holy shit!
This-
Hang on. You said lots of things. Glimpse into the
They're all
future
1 action
ensures
each,
your
Tom.
next
I've
blows.
checked.
I will say Nudge Fate is 30 feet.
Oh,
Damn it.
Fuck.
Oh, damn it.
Shit, that sucks.
Ugh.
Put it on
Do you want
Scrick
to leap
instead,
down?
maybe.
Or you could put it on Scrick instead.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I can't actually even see him at the moment, but I assume he's there somewhere. Oh, fuck it, no, yeah. Celia and the Otyug are at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll use my action to jump down.
Okay.
And
Do
then
you want
I
to like
can-
leap down? Because you could
Yeah.
do like a standing and just jump down from where you are for 1
I'll
action.
do whatever causes me the least damage.
You don't get any damage.
Okay, then I'll do whatever. I just want to get down there.
Yep. Morrigan leaps down, squelching into the thick sludge and sewage at the bottom.
In that case, I will not do True Strike. I will just do the Nudge Fate on Celia and
Okay.
do the Aqueous Blast.
Aqueous Blast, I think just for the 1 action, you get the water like summoned in your hands. Oh wait, when you do so, attempt to ranged. Oh wow, okay. Wait, what? For the remainder? Oh, I see. Right, yeah. Sorry, love. So it's 1 action to summon it into your hands, but that doesn't actually attack. It's then you need to spend action. So if you did it at the start of your turn, you could then be like blast, blast with your remaining 2 actions, but just 1 action itself doesn't really do anything because it goes away at the end of your turn.
Fucking hate Pathfinder.
You gotta read the spells.
I read
Defense
the
into-
fucking spells. It's not my fault they don't make any bloody sense.
A glimpse into. Hold on,
I
what
need
does
to
True
find-
Strike do? Short your next-
Yeah, but that's by the end of your turn, so
Okay.
I can't do that.
Got it. So you've Nudge Fate, Scrick, and you've got
I
one action
do
jump
read
down.
spells.
So you could shield.
Wait, I thought she nudge fated me.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
yeah, because you jumped down. Sorry, yep, I'm being dumb. So you could, with your last
Jump
action,
down, nudge
shield.
fate.
Hmm.
Could you summon Revna?
I'm thinking maybe casting guidance.
It's one action as well.
I'm just seeing what it is. I know that's why I'm looking for it. You ask for divine guidance, granting the target a plus. Yeah, so I'll cast guidance on Celia as well. So it grants the target a +1 stat bonus to one attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check before the duration ends, which is until the start of my next turn.
Very cool. It will have to go on someone else.
Okay, well I'll
Because-
do it on script then.
Okay, sweet. So Celia's got Nudge Fate, Scrick's got Guidance. Love it. The Bug Machine. Otyug. It has 2 people now. In fact, seeing as this is the start of a new round and I've only just seen it's 9:45, we will call our session for today there.
Thank you.
She ran away. God dang.
Yeah, you're not playing with a fool.
No, that's what I thought. I was like, this person is a hunter, leaving bloody feathers around. What is this bollocks?
Yep.
Can we get any XP?
Yes, you do. So, yeah, things went so different, as is always the case with any TTRPG. So different. But I have all the ones written down. So, for opening the stone portal, which was a very difficult thing, you actually get 150 XP from that.
Damn.
And then for witnessing poor Cadsworth's demise and going down into the sewers, you get another 50. So it'll be 200 total.
Just hate you. Sake.
It's almost like I planned it.
780.
Yep.
Christ.
So yeah. Next session, as long as you don't die to this Otyug, you will level up. You'll be level 3. So start thinking about.
Already.
If
done
you're
my-
using Path Builder and stuff, you can start looking at what your level 3 is going to be, because it as long as you don't TPK to the Otyug, which I don't think is particularly likely, you guys will be level 3 next session at the start.
I'm gonna take, because you get the skill upgrade thing on fighter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna upgrade intimidation to expertise rather than trained, and then I'm gonna change and then also get that intimidating feat, or it's general feat, but I think
Yeah.
The Glare one.
I don't know if it's the glare. It was called, what was it called? Hold on.
Glare one's the one where you don't lose the thing for not having their language.
Might be that. It was intimidating prowess.
Oh, I don't know that one.
A situation where you can physically menace the target, where you coerce or demoralize. You get a +1 circumstance bonus to your intimidation check, and you ignore the penalty for not sharing a language. If your strength
Oh,
score-
that's cool.
Your strength score is 20 or higher, and you are a master intimidation, the bonus increases to +2.
Shit.
You
That's so
need-
cool. I love that there's a thing like specifically for people who are, like physically intimidating.
You need to have strength 16 and expert intimidation, which once I get the upgrade to intimidation, I will have expert intimidation, and I've already got strength 16. So.
Nice. That's awesome.
Also,
Very
should I be expert in athletics with a fighter, or am I not?
If you have the upgrades to take you there. Skrick's going to be expert in fucking everything soon, because rogues get a skill upgrade every level.
But I'm not meant to be already, right? No, it just says
Um,
trained.
I wouldn't have thought so.
No, okay. No. Good. I just want to make sure I wasn't fucking something out there.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, we end our session with
Are
you guys
we're playing next week?
in the poop. Next week, Anya, you'll be down, right?
Yeah, as long as you don't mind me doing it in the same room, it'd be
Of
okay.
course not. Be a little blast from the past.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think so.
Yeah, cool.
Sunday,
Awesome,
Sunday,
then.
Sunday. Awesome,
Good night,
awesome.
everyone. Good.
Night all.
Bye.
Thank you very much. More played.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Night.
Bye.